has to do with intelligence.
Yes. Backy is smartest kitty cat. Alright, so yeah. Let's,
And I know literally every fucking living language and some dead.
You are what we call in the business a polyglot.
Is that a thing?
Yes, polyglot. It means knowing lots of languages. The more you
Weird
know.
word.
Anyway, welcome back to Sav&D. It's been a long time. About a month since we last played this game.
Seriously?
3 weeks since Shadowrun, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I forgot about that. Shadowrun didn't count.
But it counts in your heart.
Exactly.
Anyway, for the sake of our viewers at home, there have been a couple of changes to the games during the hiatus. Probably the one you will notice the most is that we are using Unchained skills, the consolidated version. So there are now a grand total of 12 skills, all of which are super duper useful. However, you get very few skill ranks, but you can draw them all up to the maximum just like in normal Pathfinder. You also have background skills like perform and perform sex and be a maid. So that's a thing that certain people may or may not have invested. And there is a new experience point system to sort of edge people away from being a murder hobo and also fighting things and then immediately leveling up because getting lots of XP is great.
How come well, oh, never mind.
Hmm.
Never mind. I take back everything that I was asking.
Okay. Anyway, so under this new XP system, you get experience points for the following.
I forgot to write downtime for Cammy. Fuck.
Just one little downtime bubble. Fuck bitches.
Oh god.
Literally, just the downtime can be her and Rensa pretty much starring a sitcom. There you go.
That'll take up both of all of your downtime, but the good news is you're both best friends now, so I'm A-okay with this, if that is.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Anyway, as I was saying, in the new XP system, which is totally not something I stole from another game I'm working on, you get experience points for the following. Exploring a new or interesting location. That is to say, you find, say, a dungeon, and then you get into the dungeon.
Wait. Are you saying adventurers can get awarded EXP now venturing?
Yes, DCL. That is what I'm saying.
The fuck kind of game are we playing? I thought we were playing D&D.
I don't know, man. It blew my own mind when I wrote this. But yeah.
ADTL.
Yo.
Maybe you should, join Backy in her request for reading all the fucking books of Forgotten Lost Knowledge. Like the library she went through.
I did put it in my downtime that I would help whoever needed me to help. Since I didn't really do much.
But yeah, so you get XP for exploring new interesting locations, for learning new and interesting things about the world, i.e. how Backy gives you XP literally every session. Making a new ally or a lasting enemy. Get all them waifus or piss people off, you still get rewarded. Advancing or completing a quest, which is the only one you can earn multiple times. And neutralizing a direct threat to your home. Which means if, say, you find a bunch of hobgoblins in the wood and murder them, you don't get XP. But if you see a bunch of hobgoblins who are like scaling the walls of Pergolith, you get XP for killing them.
That's weird.
Pretty simple. So yeah. Other than that, our characters are going to take a metric shit ton of downtime. Starting with... Let's see. Let me move you guys over to a calendar here. So, when we last left off, it was September 23, the Battle of Shatterpike. In it, our adventurous heroes manage to thwart the machinations of the Hobgoblin Empire, defeat the forward portion of their army, and destroy the supplies which the Hobgoblins were relying on in order to mount a full siege of Pergoleth. With no supplies left, the Imperial army is forced to turn back to find food and shelter elsewhere. They'll find nowhere to camp here in Pergoleth. So, once the battle ended, there were about 100 to 150 casualties on the Pergothian side, relatively light compared to the dead casualties and captives you took amongst the Hobgoblins. But you were able to push them back, secure Shatterpike for Grogpuck the Goblin King, and return home after the celebratory looting all of your soldiers undertook. Unfortunately, most of the Hobgoblin supplies were damaged or destroyed during the siege. There's something about a giant firebomb being thrown in that sort of seeped down into the underlevels, you know. But what you did salvage was enough to feed a fair number of people, and makes a lot of soldiers very happy, especially the ones who were inside during the fighting and could most easily get to the storage rooms. So, is there anything you guys want to do just immediately after the fight, like that night or the following day? Yeah.
Pretty sure I mentioned getting my stuff
Make
back.
sure
so-
Walker is someone.
Yeah.
One.
Commander Walker's fine. Rensa, you find all of your stuff. All of the waifus are fine. Lieutenant Uriel, Clarabelle, all of them survived. No dead casualties amongst your friends. Shortly after the battle ends, you all hear a harrowing story of bravery from just before Sig made his wish to teleport the army into the castle. You quickly find out that Duke Raymond Calistan, the Lord of Pergoleth, had brought his horse back to consult with an archer captain as the army was moving towards Shatterpike, just as the Hobgoblins sprung their ambush. He was basically right where the bulk of the Hobgoblins showed up. The company broke around him, and the Duke was gravely wounded in battle. But a lone archer, it seems, body shielded the Duke and just took down 20 or 30 goblins before Sig's wish came into effect. That fellow is getting basically carried around on people's shoulders all day and all night, while healers attend to the Duke. Backy, you're probably summoned at some point to, apply your healing potions and whatnot. But he does not suffer a lasting
Question.
wound.
That archer wouldn't happen to have been some coked up motherfucker I know.
You know, it's funny that you mention it. The guy who's currently getting, jumped around on people's shoulders, he's got all blood and grime all over him, but, man, he does look really familiar. And yeah, in the following days, you learn that it happened to be a incredibly high motherfucking archer who just screamed bloody murder and held his ground over the Duke for 10 minutes.
Huh.
So yeah, you later learn that fellow's name is Leon, by the way, and he is quickly promoted to
what?
His name is Leon, and he is quickly promoted to an officer among the Pergothian archers.
Nice.
Indeed. So we have about 80 days of downtime to cover before everyone's training that they gave me is complete. So going through this pretty quickly. Let's start with Skezza.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh boy. That night, the night after the battle, when you've returned to Pergoleth, and you're, starting to lay down in your little warehouse bedroom with Kaelirra. As you drift off to sleep, you awaken for the first time since awakening the goddess In the little dream world you shared with her once upon a time, a small woodland clearing, surrounded by trees and chirping birds and little clicking insects everywhere. It's a beautiful little place surrounding a very simple open-aired cottage. But here tonight you find that you are not alone with your goddess. There are close to 100 men here. All of them you recognize as Lion Knights who decided to swear their fealty to Kaelirra.
Oh.
Yes, and you quickly find Fergus among the knights who gathered here, who are all looking around very confused, poking at trees and each other. He turns to you and says, "Ah, Skezza, I'm glad you're here. Do you know what's going on? No one knows where we are."
Well, I'm fairly confused as to why you're here, but I do know where we are, sort of.
Well, where?
This is... It's a kind of a dream state. I'm not sure where it is, but this is a place I've been to ever since I first encountered Kaelirra. I came here every night in my sleep, as soon as I fell. But I suppose you're all here now because you've all also sworn yourselves to her service.
Fergus is about to respond when you feel a hand fall on your shoulder, and behind you appears Kaelirra. Not the dark-haired, jubilant Kitsune you've come to be familiar with in the real world, but this one is much more regal. She wears the dress you bought her, but her hair is a flowing gold. 9 huge tails flow out behind her, each tipped with a glowing light. She smiles beatifically at you and says, "That is correct, Skezza. Welcome, all of you. I'm sorry to pull you here without forewarning. I didn't know this would happen, but I am glad to see each and every one of you. This, as far as I can understand, is my realm. This is my afterlife, perhaps? My heaven. This is where I believe each night those who swear their service to me will go." And she casts a glance out to the side over the treetops to where you can all see a storm brewing in the distance. A great black thundercloud on the horizon that rumbles in the distance. And I see we're not alone here either. It's...
Lanin?
I think so. It's very dark there, but I don't sense any hostility. I don't think she means us harm.
I don't think so either.
Ever since tonight, I've been trying to find a way over to her realm, but something blocks me. I'm afraid I'm confined here for now, as are you. I hope in the future you can learn to come here when you wish. You're all welcome, of course, but I don't want to drag you here every night against your will. Everyone deserves to have their own dreams, after all. One of the knights nearby says, "Oh, excuse me, m'lady." She turns to him, and he just reaches out and pokes one of the knights who's next to him, who sort of shimmers. And the knight who got poked looks around and says, "What?" The first knight says, "He's dead." Poke, poke.
Did he perhaps fall during the battle?
The first knight nods his head, and the second says, "I remember taking a spear in the belly, but after that, it's nothing."
Aye.
Kaelirra sighs and puts a hand on his shoulder, and says, "Well, I guess that answers an age-old question, but I wonder where the souls of everyone else went." if they worship no goddess or those who worship me in ancient times. This place should be overflowing with souls if that's the case.
Something could have happened when everyone was put to sleep. They were perhaps displaced. Some put somewhere else. Or just drifted. I don't know.
Fergus will nod at that and say, I'd heard stories that when you die there was just blackness. That's a sad fate indeed.
Perhaps they'll return now that it's back.
We can only hope, Kaelirra says, putting a hand on your shoulder. And the dream goes like that. If you want to talk to any of the knights, Fergus or Kaelirra, you can. Otherwise, nothing really happens other than the knights, talking amongst themselves, trying to find out from Kaelirra, more about this place, more about Leynin, and what they're supposed to do in the future.
Alright. I will try to impress upon them that they need to be careful in how they make use of their newfound abilities. They can't just... They shouldn't use them for fighting. They have to go about it in the right way. Like, they have to defend the innocent and those who can't help themselves. And they should beat their enemies, that people that threaten those things and peace. But they shouldn't just use their power to kill them all. They should beat them and then give them a chance and maybe help them up and try and show them the right way.
Alright, so you're the one who's going to be giving these guys Kaelirra's divine edicts, then. It's interesting. Alright. Yeah, the knights sort of grumble about that.
With her approval, of course.
Oh yes, she's overjoyed to see that you're the one who's telling them about what she desires. But there's some grumbling amongst the knights when you start talking about, sparing your enemies, and they mention, the goblins wouldn't do the same for us, or they just enslave us, and some of them ask, well, do we keep all of our enemies prisoner after that when we try to redeem them? How are we supposed to do that? We don't have a huge prison anywhere. Fergus suggests, maybe we can throw them in, Greymore Dungeon or something. Others suggest that maybe Pergolth ought to build some big prison somewhere for, these hundreds of hobgoblins you guys have captured.
We should do our best to try and show them the right way. We should, at the very least, give them a second chance. Offer them their freedom with condition and talk to them. I once sat down with one and had a long conversation while he was being held captive. It took a little while, but I treated him well and spoke to him like he was a person and not a prisoner. And I think I really made an impact on him. So.
All right.
So it's not impossible. You should at least try as often as you can. I mean, not everyone can be saved. That's not possible, but we should do our best.
Alright. The knights are still kind of unsure about this. This is, a big change from their modus operandi, but between you and Kaelirra, and Fergus jumps on your side pretty immediately. You think that here on out, the Lion Knights will probably be at least a little bit more forgiving towards their enemies. Maybe find some constructive way to deal with all these hobgoblins they've found, more than just, the headsman's block. Anything else in the dream?
I'm okay. I don't have anything more to say to them, I don't think, at least in specifics.
Alright, yeah. So you'll just spend basically the rest of the night talking to the other knights, just hanging out. Kaelirra will do her best to instruct you on how to, will yourself to come here when you sleep, so that you can talk to her in the future. And she'll tell that to all the knights, so hopefully this place will be pretty busy from here on out.
Wonder how far this place goes. Where if it has boundaries.
Kaelirra will tell you that she's explored a good deal of the forest. There's some sort of invisible barrier between her forest and the great craggy stormlands that make up Lainan's realm. But in every other direction there's just forest as far as she's ever able to walk.
Wonder if this place could be built upon, or if its area is changeable.
Something to ponder. So, you wake up, rested and refreshed, and Kaelirra seems very groggy when she wakes beside you, and she has returned to her normal dark-haired self, but she does certainly remember what happened, and she's eager to visit her dreams again.
That's good.
Now, a few days pass, relatively uneventfully, until the party is summoned to the Calliston household, the Duke's Keep. When you arrive, Lynn offers each of you a small chest of silver pieces for basically being the difference between success and defeat.
All of our hard work that we've been putting in for the last, 3 months, that have all led up to this.
Yes. Inside, you each find a chest of 5,000 pieces of silver, and she has a special note to be offered to both Sig and Rensa. To Rensa, i.e. paging DCL, Lynn would like to offer you a peership of Pergolith. The city doesn't have land to grant to nobility, but she does understand that your household has sort of fallen out of favor. It's you're the last of your line, so to speak. So she would like to offer you servants of small budget to reopen your family's estate, to do whatever she can to help you start rebuilding that legacy. Do you take
Major
her up on
guess.
No, don't say it.
If you're about to say don't say yes, it's not going to happen.
I was gonna say one way to help your family is that a certain noble needs a fucking heir. Then, if you're going to be a noble again.
Oh.
Well, it's not like I ever thought about that, but Bunny Waifu, though. She's still
Oh,
a thing.
right, you have Bunny Waifu.
All
But
the bunny
they-
waifus.
You know,
But yeah, Renza's gonna, say all the yeses to that. Literally the point of his character since conception.
Excellent. Speaking of which, let's see. I think you have a story feat that's probably been fulfilled at this point.
Mm-hmm. Story feed I got, ages ago.
Level 1.
That's cool.
So yeah, what is your story feat, and what happens when you complete it? Let's walk us through that.
Let me get my character sheet back up again real quick.
Yarp.
Yeah. Stream. OBS is being weird. My desktop is not working. Give me a second. Just show everybody my desktop. There we go. And now Adobe's acting up.
Everything fails forever.
Yeah, everything's broken.
There we go. It was the shamed story feat. And as soon as he's redeemed himself, he pretty much gets +1s to all attack rolls and skill checks.
That's really cool.
It finally happened.
Does he have to take something else now?
Pretty sure story feats are like taking a character creation because they're like tied into your backstory.
Yep.
So I don't know if I can take another one.
Yeah, I mean, you could take another story feat as a normal feat, but everyone got a bonus feat at first level. That was a story feat.
Right.
It gives you a small bonus and a goal. When you complete the goal, which I believe Rensa has, you get a permanent bonus. Like, I believe with Shamed, you get temporary hit points basically every day, equal to your level. So,
Wow.
Hanky Rensa go.
Nice.
Wait. What story feat there?
Shamed.
We'll throw it in the roll 20.
No. I was talking to Savin.
Oh.
What? Everyone had the option to take a story feat. If you didn't, that's your option.
Well, there was something I didn't know about. Oh well.
Pretty sure it's in the player's guidebook. I mean, let me look and make sure it wasn't just something I told everyone personally. Because that's entirely possible, but I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Mine is gonna be hard to accomplish. 'Cause God damn it.
I guess I've kind of accomplished mine at this point.
That's a good question.
Oh, man.
What is yours? The Dynasty Founder?
I believe so. Let me pull it up.
Alright, let me scroll.
Oh, why
Character
did I take
creation,
Nemesis?
You must have lived in the current chosen city for at least 1 year.
Well, you'll be able to ping that off.
Thwart all rivals to rulership over the chosen region, including at least one challenging
Oh.
foe.
Might just finish
Gain
that up at the end of this encounter.
settlement. I don't know, it's kind of different because I actually founded the city instead of taking control of one. But
Well, I mean, it was a fortress that was controlled by Iduna, so you're basically taking... Well, you're coming to be co-controller of it, so... Okay. Also, Hedrah,
I'm more or less taking it over. I have the deed.
so we'll deal with you in a
I
second.
have the deed and about 200 people moving in. It's fine.
Yeah. So Hedrah, if you want to go to the Player's Guidebook 2.0, page 25, you'll see this. Boop. Anyway, so Dynasty Founder. Let's see, yeah, you didn't need to deal with any of the prerequisites. Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Benefits. Yep, that's where you got Saxa from, right? Let's see, completion benefit or goal: thwart all rivals to rulership of the chosen region. Okay, so you definitely killed at least one challenging foe. So here's what's going to happen. As far as Castle Kaelin goes, you do actually still have a rival to rulership over the chosen region, which is Iduna. When you actually do the marrying thing, though, that rival will no longer be a rival. So, as soon as you actually do the marrying thing, you will
It's in my downtime.
Yep. So as soon as we get to that point, you can mark off Dynasty Founder as completed. And you will
Nice.
probably start forging a dynasty that night.
Oh boy.
I've already started.
Okay, so
Not
quick
with Iduna,
question.
you haven't.
Is it actually Dynasty, or is he meaning to say Dynasty? I'm confused.
Dynasty.
They are both technically correct.
Pronouncing
Really?
words is hard.
Yeah, Dynasty and Dynasty are both correct. I believe
Really?
Dynasty is more of
Okay.
a European pronunciation.
Huh.
You're Texan.
Yes. You'd be surprised how long into my life I was using British spelling and pronunciations. I was a bit of an Anglophile as a young man. Anyway, so those feats are probably going to be sorted this session, or next session for Sig probably, if we do Crystal Horn today. Anyway, so yes, Princess Lynn will give Rensa a big smile and congratulate him on being Lord Rensa now.
Oh boy, someone's moving up in the world.
Speaking of
Princess-
moving up, oh, go ahead.
Renza's totally not going to squeal like a fangirl when nobody's looking.
I'm gonna clap you on the shoulder. Good job.
I can just imagine, big tough Rensa squealing, like stamping his feet up and down. So yeah, once Rensa's accepted that and is mentally squeeing, Lynn will turn to Sig and say that she understands that you've more or less taken control of Castle Kaelin, and you've started the process of moving a shitload of dwarves up there. The city of Kaelinsburg is currently basically unoccupied. There's some refugees trying to take it back over, but most of the population is dead. So, yeah. If you want, if you're willing to swear fealty to House Caliston, Lynn is going to offer you the barony of Kaelinsburg. So you will no longer just be Sir Sig, you will be Lord Sig. Or Lady Sig, as the case may be.
Yep.
Alright, so you're going to take her up on that ship?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I am.
Alright, coolio.
No,
You
I'm
and
gonna
your
get
wife
screwed
are
over
official.
by having fealty to her insane dad.
So yeah. This also has the benefit, you'll later find out from Fergus, of basically instantly bumping you up to the upper echelon of the Lion Knights. You will
Having their legendary super sword and saving their entire army didn't do that?
You were still a recruit.
You'd only been a Lion Knight for like 2 months.
2 months and like single-handedly, well not single-handedly, but with my friends, brokered alliances that would let us even have a chance in that battle. Got single-handedly gathered intel on that location and on the Hobgoblin's plans.
Finn.
Alright, the way he's going to explain it to you is that you are absolutely a hero, everyone respects you. You have an awesome sword, you have awesome friends, and you've done a shitload. But that in and of itself does not grant you leadership positions. It gives you a huge amount of clout in the organization, yes. But in order to become a Night Lord, you actually have to have a lordship. And now that you
Finn,
do...
we're the main characters in a world of NPCs. Us doing amazing things is like kind of expected.
A better way to think about it would be like, if you're a Delta Force soldier and you do your mission like a bunch, you don't get to go like work at the Pentagon as a general. It's just that's not how that curve goes.
Skyrim logic, who cares that you just kicked the dragon, I'm still gonna rob you.
Yes. Oh, you just killed the shit out of that dragon. Now, why don't you go fetch me a basket of eggs, peasant?
So I guess story feat complete in a different way now, because I'm now official ruler of a different town. A different, probably bigger town.
Well, yeah, I mean, Kaelinsburg is the town underneath the castle, which is Castle Kaelin, so you now own the town, and you technically own the castle again, so...
Yeah, I double own it.
Yeah, you
So
double
good,
own it. You could sell it to somebody and you would still
come
own it.
home and be like, hey, you had, squatters ownership of it, and I had deed ownership over it, but now I have double deed ownership over it.
So good you had to own
And
it
then
twice.
Duna casts Dominate Person on you.
But they're married, so they'll be married, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But they're married, so he already has Dominate person casted on him.
All the time.
The kinkiest spell.
I don't think Saxa would stand for that.
Well, then they just have to have angry hate sex to like determine who gets to be on top for the night.
I'm going to wonder to myself about Sig's living arrangements once he's married to two different women who don't necessarily like each other.
Come on, bro. Angry hate sex. See the potential.
As if Sig ever spends that much time in any one bedroom.
This is true.
Alright. So you kind of like do the rotation business?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, if they don't if they're not, if they don't enjoy each other's company, then yeah, you don't force them both into the same room.
Not at first,
no
but
good.
maybe you could spend some time trying to,
That's what fawn wine is for.
Oh lord.
I think you mean nymph wine. Thank you very much.
No.
Not
They
too
don't
strong
need
for
that
you.
many minotaurs inside them.
Oh come on. I did that when I wasn't on nymph wine.
Point is, like, they don't need to just have their tits start magically growing every time they go to bed.
That doesn't happen.
Didn't the nymph wine make your tits bigger?
I think only the first time.
Oh, okay.
I would have noticed if they had kept getting bigger.
Would you?
Probably.
Would you have cared enough to make note of it?
Probably after a time when I stopped fitting into my armor.
Ah, shit, gotta get this reforged, son of a bitch.
Unless it's magical armor, then it automatically follows your shape, remember?
Magic armor.
That's probably like the best rule.
I don't have
I like how you're laughing while my character has magic armor.
I think the only set of magic armor, too.
You got like a magic shield. That counts for something, right?
No, yeah, that's right, you do have a magic shield. But the question is,
I
do
have
you
a
know the
necklace.
command word for the magic
Indeed.
shield?
We wrote it down.
Who's we?
It wasn't me. I don't know how to write. Wait, I can write Draconic because of my armor. I'm pretty sure
What
it
armor do
specifically
you have
gives me
again?
the ability to speak and read Draconic.
Alright, you got that weird dragon armor from your ancestor.
Oh,
Yep, you can speak, read, and understand Draconic. Yes, Sig can write.
Mother, just not in a language only a couple of people know.
it's okay. You can just go talk to that fucking dragon now.
Yes. It's okay. I can write Saxa love notes in Draconic.
And she
Did
won't
she read
be able to
Draconic?
understand it?
Yeah, she knows Common, Goblin, Orc, Dwarven, Sylvan, and Draconic.
Cool.
Wow.
Hey, she can even translate your notices into Dwarven, and then you can post up messages around town.
No, it's I'm sure the dwarves know Common. Come on, and they're not
Well,
the
you
only
can't
people
write
that-
common.
Yeah, but Saxa can. She doesn't need to use Dwarven.
Actually, the follow-up question would be, do the dwarves know how to read common?
What Sig is saying is
don't see why they
Saxa
want it.
taking notes.
Slavery.
Oh, yeah, good call.
Because, like, most of these dwarves would have been born into slavery.
Also, we have to go all French Canada and have all our signs be in
Canada.
English and
Dwarven, yeah.
Dwarven.
Yeah, probably.
sorry, Common and Dwarven.
Yes.
This isn't tits where English equals Common.
So yeah, once that's sorted, Skezza, you go to hang out with the Rangers a little bit later, probably to give back that big-ass suit of armor you got.
Oh yeah, I got my own armor soon.
Yes. And while you're there, Commander Reeve will offer you a promotion to Ranger Knight, the
Oh,
second
cool.
highest rank in the order.
Oh wow, what?
Yes. Dude, you kick so
Really?
much ass, you may... Yeah, the Rangers end up being even more appreciative of your actions than the Lion Knights were. They throw you a big-ass party later that week. Oh man, it's great. But yeah, she is
Awesome.
offering to bring you into her, like, inner circle of officers.
Inner circle.
Because the Rangers are a meritocracy. They don't give a shit about lordship.
My God. Okay. All right. I'll do my best.
Alright. She gives you a handshake that turns into a big old hug. Yeah. So now you are a Ranger Knight Paladin.
Oh boy.
There you go.
So many obligations.
So many of them.
Also, hi there to see you.
I should clearly appoint her to be sheriff of Siglandia. I should rename Kalensburg. Nobody who lives there is going to care about the name anymore.
What is it? What are you gonna fucking call it?
Also, I didn't think the town was that empty. I thought, like, a lot of the people had just fled away, had just run away. And then
A lot
like,
of people
living in
did.
bubble.
Only a portion of them are coming back, basically. Because remember, the town did get the shit kicked out of it. A lot of people died. A lot of people don't feel it's safe anymore. And is actually a pretty good amount of room in Pergola. So
I should rename it to Palanthas.
Palanthas.
Make it the most prosperous port city in the world.
Oh my God.
It is within your rights.
No, it's too copyright infringing. I can't do it.
I wasn't going to say that this made me very sad for when I write Sav&D the novel, but... see.
Hey, Fen,
You.
why don't you just name it to Sigurd?
Why don't you name it after your...
Porto Sig.
Why don't you name it after your dick?
Kalensburg's fine because my dick doesn't have a name.
I am genuinely surprised.
Stick
that
his
Sigrid
name
did not name
Tam.
his name. There we go.
God.
There we go. There we go.
Alright, sounds like that's new canon.
Mother of God.
I whipped Tam out. And then everyone sighed. Alright. So, promotions happen.
And Sig's balls are the Kiros.
Yarp. So a couple of weeks later, you guys hear that Grogpuck and his shitloads of goblins have all moved into Shatterpike. They spend days clearing out all the bodies. They remake the gates, and they establish a big-ass tent city around the castle, while they work on finding wood in the middle of the plains, so that they can build houses. Also, in the month of October, you sort of almost accidentally notice that, looks like Aldra's stopped growing. Your very first little bee-girl daughter, Saxa had.
How big is she?
She is, roll me a d10 Sig. She's more your follower than anyone else. She is 5'5".
Nice.
Acceptable.
Yes. Cute little red-headed bee.
Unacceptable!
How big are her
She's got-
boobs?
Oh boy.
Make a
The
boob size check.
obligatory
Her
question
charisma is
every
plus
fucking
3.
time.
What Savin?
Make a boob size roll. Her charisma is plus 3. So
Is boob size D6 or D4? I forget.
I think it's d6.
It should be D4.
Okay, d4.
D4.
Well, I mean,
Alright.
she's also a bee girl, so I mean, they're naturally full of honey.
Well, in that case,
Didn't
okay.
matter.
So let's see. 4 is D,
D.
so 5 is double D. So she's E cups.
Yes.
She's
Good God.
stonking.
Yes.
Top heavy B.
Top heavy worker bee.
So
And,
5 E cups.
So that's where honey
redhead.
comes from.
Yes. In fact, you find that she's offering to make more and more honey-related dishes, since she's always kind of full.
Suddenly I'm that much more motivated.
We need to
take these.
franchise the milk bar. We can call it McMilkers.
And here she was going to offer to make honey for tea. Yeah.
Oh, tea could be on the menu. Plenty of people put milk in tea.
And
I did a weird
There you go.
thing.
I was planning to add cookies to the menu, so it works out.
Hold on, I'm not done with you two. Getting all ahead of yourselves.
McMilkers.
So, unless you have something else for Alder to do, she doesn't have a hive of her own. So yeah, she'll happily work in your milk bar.
I think there are some notes on things for her to do on my downtime notes.
Probably.
But yeah, probably helping the fox bees establish their hive.
Yeah, that's also things she can do. Since she is a worker bee, she also has like super duper work ethic. So you could have her like go up to Kalensburg and or the castle and help rebuild.
Well, I think that's where the hive was going to be. Was up near Castle. Kalen.
We'll need to establish where exactly that is soon, but
We need to establish, and I can't believe it's not to the daycare from Tits
yes,
for all of Sig's kids, so that the moms can do something else every now and again.
You will note that Aduna sort of has the basis of that. She's got actual like nursemaids and people dedicated to taking care of her kids. So
Oh, yeah.
could
kids
expand
are
upon
sick
her
for
setup
help.
there.
Just need to add more Sig waifus to the mix.
Saxa jealousy intensifies. So yeah, a couple weeks after that, you guys note that an elven embassy has been established in Pergolith. This is, of course, for the elves who tunneled their way up under the fortress of the forest of Lethenlar and helped to fund the Pergothian war effort.
Yes.
Just
yes.
a small little building near the Duke's Keep, where they keep a handful of soldiers and ambassadors. Whenever you pass it by on your way to like talk to Lynn or something, it looks extraordinarily opulent, more so by the day. Big, huge, like silks and pillows everywhere. The guards are all wearing this gorgeous, like glistening silver chainmail. It's very nice. Also, certain amongst you should probably change back to your Sav&D names rather than your Shadowrunner names.
Oh,
Oh, I need to fix my name.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Downtime.
Actually, no, I need to change it from Siegfried to Sigrid. There.
Oh yeah. Skezza, are you gonna keep paying off the Hornets like you said you would?
yes, we are still doing that.
Okay, so you basically just mark off all the money you owe on that.
How much was that again?
Oh fuck!
A lot.
It was like $5,000.
So all the money I got is gone. Okay.
Oh yeah, Celadrie. I don't know if you heard, but everyone got 5,000 silver pieces from Princess Kitty Cat.
Yay!
Did I get 5,000 silver pieces?
Yes, if you didn't mark that.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone got 5,000. Okay,
I'm so
let me
rich.
check.
Are you?
Ooh.
Don't worry,
I
that
have
money's gonna start
52,000
disappearing soon.
silver.
But are you rich in soul?
That's what taxes are for, Savin.
On the last money delivery, do I get to make that? Ask them again about possibly getting some like talks with the
Yes.
the Hornets, so they can stop harrying the roads and stuff. Maybe work something out with them.
Yeah. The last payment you make, a very different looking hornet shows up, unlike the ones you're accustomed to. You've thus far seen hornet girls in like leathers and hides and carrying spears, and they're witches who always wear big corsets and skirts and hats. This woman is wearing a very fine form-hugging suit of chainmail, has a big tabard flowing down her back and front, a cloak, and she carries a long spear. And when she arrives, you notice that she doesn't really speak common very well, but she arrives with a lot of paper, and she hands you a missive basically inviting you to, at your leisure, you may approach the hive, and it gives you directions in case you didn't already know, and talk to the queen. They consider your previous trespasses forgiven. Everything between Pergolith and the Hornets is, as far as they're concerned, hunky-dory now.
Cool. That's good.
So, you have met one of the Queen's handmaidens. So let's see.
Awesome.
I think during October is going to be Sig's wedding to Saxa. Let's see. Is your marriage thing within 30 days of Saxon's Iduna? So now it'll be like Fen, do you say marry Saxa in October and Iduna in November? Is that like how you want to work that out?
That works fine.
Alright.
Saxa gets first marriage because she got first dibs on Sig's balls.
Lovely.
That's how it works.
Heard it here, folks. Alright. So, also during the month of October, DCL.
Yo.
Like, basically at the beginning of October, about a week after the Battle of Shatterpike, you get a letter from Aurelia, Bunny Waifu.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically just very concerned, hey, are you alright? Did everything go well? You weren't hurt in the battle, I hope. And after, asking all of her questions that are, I guess, rhetorical because it's a letter, she asks if you want her to, come down to Pergolith to be with you, or if you want to come back up to Castle Kaelin. If you don't want to do either, she says she, understands. That would make her sad, but she's really enjoyed the time she's spent with you thus far.
Are you seriously trying to give me the option to turn away Bunny Waifu? Because I'm not going to take that.
Okay, yeah, Bunny Waifu is giving you the option to turn away Bunny Waifu.
If you want, I can give you a ride up there if you want. I have to go pick up my armor.
Yeah, Rensa will go in person and bring her back down here.
All right. At the very end of her letter, she mentions that her mother, Princess Iduna, says that she can come live in Pergolith if you want and if she wants, on the condition that she join the Mage Academy that she's heard about there to continue her studies as a wizard.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can manage that.
All right. So yeah, you and next time Skezza goes up there, you hitch a ride, get massive hugs and kisses from Bunny Waifu, who is just overjoyed to find that you're completely unhurt, more or less, and he just begs for all of your juicy war stories. She wants to know all the details of what happened. And so that's how you spend the ride back down to Pergolith.
While we're up there, I'll also make sure to inform Iduna that Sig is alive and well, and that he has some news for her that he should tell her in person, but it's all very good news, and she'll enjoy it, I think.
Iduna will sarcastically quip something like, she'll try and make time for him over drowning in dwarves, which she is not happy about at all.
Hey, wait a second. Now I have to pull up my post.
Yeah. Actually, I think
I think
got
one of
there
the first things I did was go immediately to the castle
Oh,
Yeah.
to smooth things over between the dwarves and the bunny girls.
Okay.
Never mind then.
Iduna is still not happy about any of this. She's like, we don't have enough food to feed ourselves now, much less hundreds of dwarves.
Well, some of them can start farming all of the empty farmland around Kalensburg that I now own.
That doesn't magically make food right now. You have to wait for that.
That takes time to harvest.
Yeah, that's what magic is for.
What is
magic that makes
October?
food.
It's a bit late for harvest.
It is
I'm
actually
sure-
getting in towards winter now.
I'm sure the dwarves have like underground crops that they can do. Haven't they? You ever played Dwarf Fortress?
Well, yeah,
Dwarf
but you
Fortress.
have to get underground in caves.
Need to plant some plump helmets.
Yeah.
What?
Landor Fortress is
Alright,
crazy.
so basically, alright, so you're gonna basically have the dwarves like start planting mushrooms and shit, dig out some mushroom tunnels and shit. How are you gonna feed them in the short term? Because Iduna does not have enough food there at all.
I'll just buy food in Kalensburg. Or not Kalensburg.
Ed, you're trying to say something?
Pergolith, yeah.
All right, Hedrah, go.
You're going to organize a relief column.
Did you want to say something,
You
Hedrah?
know, I sort of have some research. Actually, I have some research that would go very hand in hand with what you're trying to do.
Also, Port Town fishing. The ocean
That
is
is
a
true.
boundless source of food.
And as we
Targeting
learned in
seaweed.
Sav&D
They're
1,
dwarves.
dwarves are amazing seamen, let me tell you.
Well, they're not all. Dwarves aren't the only ones here.
I know. Yeah, the Catfolk are great fishermen. They're like, oh, yay.
Yeah, I have 20
Wait.
catfolk and 50 dwarves.
Oh, speaking of
They're
dwarves,
seamen instead of sailors and fishermen.
Hugh.
The seamen get everywhere.
Oh,
Big mess.
Yeah, they're a lot.
Speaking of dwarves, are you going to invite Skarn and the Dwarven Gypsies to come hang out in Kalensburg?
that sounds like a rock band.
I kind of already did, and they said yes when we
Well,
met them
yeah,
the
but
last
now
time.
you have to go tell them, like, hey, I have a castle now, come over.
Oh, if I like come across them in my travels, certainly.
Yeah. I mean, eventually, at some point, while you're traveling back and forth, you'll bump into,
Also,
a Dwarven
like
scout
my-
or something.
I'm sure that Ted Turner can probably carry a metric fuck ton of food over from
Yeah.
Pergolith in a day.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's not a question of getting food there, it's about, paying a shitload of money for it. Let's say it'll
She
take,
can't cost that much.
a month. Alright, so you have, what'd you say, 50 dwarves and 20 catfolk?
Mhm.
Alright, so 70 people, what is it, half a silver piece a day for rations, times, let's say 30 to get, a basic mushroom crop and fishing setup going. So, pay that, and you're good to go.
How much?
Hold on. Let's say 70 people
5 silver a
times
day.
5 copper a day per person times 30. So 10,500 copper. Divide that by 10. So it's 1,050 silver pieces.
Okay.
Drop that, and you got food for a month. Then.
Alright, so I will buy 3 months worth of food.
Okay, cool. Yeah, by the end of 3 months, the dwarves will have a solid mushroom farming business going, I'm sure.
With them actually getting food from mushrooms, hunting, and fishing, or actually trapping more likely, given dwarfishness.
Dwarfishness, yeah.
That'll green to carry them through the winter.
Yeah. Alright.
And I guess whoever else comes to the town.
Alright, so yeah, let's see. How
Hey,
many
Fan.
people were in the dwarf camp?
Yo.
If you incorporate the research of agricultural growth and yield on Backy, I think you could. Those mushroom tunnels would produce much better within the first month and a half.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, but trust me,
That sounds like
if
a
you're going
job for my
back and
chief
forth and-
advisor.
who's that?
Let's take a look at Backy.
It's you. You're
It's
the
you,
chief
Jafar.
advisor.
Just don't start controlling me with the snake staff. And telling me that desperate times call for desperate
Oh.
measures.
No, not. I was going like chief advisor, okay, and then like 2 voices at the same time, so I did it here. It's Jafar. It's like, wait, what?
What?
I said, it's you, Jafar.
Yeah, all I heard was Kinathis saying, and then I heard you say Jafar at the same time. Like, what?
All I said was it's you.
Yeah, and then I heard fans say Jafar.
Who the fuck is
He
Jafar?
overwrote your
Jafar's
know, Aladdin?
the villain in Aladdin. He's the
Aladdin.
advisor to
Oh,
Sultan.
okay. Never saw it.
Bro, what was your childhood?
Saving
Savin's-
Private Ryan and Ghost in the Shell, mostly. Oh, Starship Troopers.
Savin was too young for Aladdin. It's more of a Lilo and Stitch kind of kid.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch any of those Disney kids movies.
Oh, really? Lilo and Stitch is an amazing movie.
Okay.
I was about to say, I thought you were saying that.
Come on, he
ironically.
wasn't even.
Say
Come on,
it
he
like
was barely fucking born when Lion King came out.
Yeah,
I saw Lion King.
I have seen The Lion King in high school. Some people made me watch it. It's alright. Anyway, write down, Fen, that you have 18 dwarf gypsies who are now living at the castle as well. Or probably in the town.
Scarn and Co.
Yep. Scarn, his daughter and son, they have some just general townsfolk. They have a fortune teller, they have a whore, and they have a couple of orc slaves that you gave them. Well, they're not slaves, but, you know, they ain't going anywhere on their own. So let's see. So I think wrapped up for the martial characters. So Celadrie and Backy, shortly after the events of Shatterpike, let's say at the beginning of October, both of you receive a very cordial invitation by the College of Libram Hall, the local Academy of Magic, History, and Alchemy, to come there and teach a course for the winter. Just an experimental thing. If you'd like, you know, the experience there, there's an option to become a full-time teacher. You know, God knows you both impressed a lot of people at Shatterpike and before with your spells and your alchemy and all that. So, yeah, there is a paid position as a teacher if you want it. Do you?
Well, there goes my downtime ideas.
Well, no, I mean, it's a 9-to-5 job, but, you know, you only have to teach, like, 3 days a week, generally speaking. 2 or 3. You can still do a bunch, but, yeah. You want to do that, you can. Becky?
No, my downtime was going back to Grand Tree.
Oh, right. Yes.
Well, if I can teach a bunch of kids, then yeah.
Alright, cool. So, let me put a little strike through here.
Truly spoken like somebody who was thinking of the children.
Alright,
Who's
Becky,
thinking about them.
are you going to take them up on their offer?
I'm thinking of teaching a bunch of kids crazy spells.
Sorry, Hedrah, I didn't hear you.
Sorry.
I said teach, no, scour a few books. Nah, let's not scour. Memorize the entire library? Sure.
If you would like to enroll yourself in the university, you can do that. It's a relatively nominal fee, but...
Well, I will only just get one of those stay the fuck awake potions, start going through every goddamn book.
Alright, yeah. If you want to drop, like, relatively cheap to learn there, let's say 500 silver pieces, they'll give you the run of the place. You know.
If she's considered a student there, she can't lip off to me then.
Yeah, that's right. You could have her expelled.
Oh yeah, I literally will just be in the library memorizing every goddamn book.
Alright. Yep. So, Becky, if you want to take 1 extra background point, you can become proficient in a new lore of your choice. And that will be your benefit from that. Let's see, Celadrie? Let's see, what's a good living wage for an academic? Let me
Wait.
go.
Lore of my choice.
Yes, lore, background skill.
Lore of what?
Whatever the fuck you want. Like, what is going to be your biggest area of focus while you're hanging out in the library forever? Like,
How to summon the old ones.
is Is there like ancient history, or the fall of winter, or rare alchemical plants? Like you can basically gain a new like field of expertise as a result of your study.
Everything.
All right, you can't have infinite background points. That's not going to happen.
Well, I'm literally reading everything there is. There is no specialization.
Okay.
Dude, that would take you years to read everything.
Not if you're fast.
Like Backy's
It pretty much
fast, but it's still
flip through the.
big fucking library. What was I thinking? Some bitch.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Fuck. What was the word again?
Hirelings.
Oh, what was the word?
Then Backy
Let's
opens
look
up
at my
a
level
book that
speed
turns out to
reading.
be a black hole.
Yeah, fuck you, Backy.
oh.
The deck didn't get you, but this will. You laugh, but that's happened.
But
Alright, let's
well,
see. A
if you want-
sage
if,
earns 15 silver
if you
pieces
want
a day.
focused reading, it would be. Let's see.
Weeks earn 8 months. 4 times 8.
Gods and Magic of Old,
Alright, so throw a little point into
and Alchemy and Mutagenics.
You get 1, so
Does balance.
32. Okay, cool. Celadrie, working as a sage for. Do you want to work 3 days a week or 5 days a week?
I'll go for 5.
All right. Basically, devote.
I don't have much else to do, so.
Fair enough. Okay. You earn a total of 2,400 silver pieces over the course of the downtime. The full downtime, which is pretty fucking good. It's enough to pay your rent for like 4 years, 5 years. Let's see. You also have the option of taking an apprentice, like actually sanctioned by the university, if you so desire. Alright, how many it is?
Sure.
Alright. Yeah, and you make a lot of friends while you're hanging out at the university.
I'll take a Molly apprentice.
Alright. You could also, as a side note, sort of another point of early background stuff, try and sanction Lane as your actual apprentice, since she is technically a student of the university. Just don't tell anybody who she is. Just be like, yeah, this is my apprentice now.
Lane is Lynn's sister?
Yes, Princess Kitty Cat II.
Lane is
torn.
slut
I've
you
been
cat.
torn over her. Because, yeah, she's slutty cat.
Although actually, she did ask you
Yeah.
to help her brew a potion to reduce some of the side effects of drinking a shitload of god juice. Which
I don't recall that, but okay.
yeah,
Dude, Sig totally could have taken a pass at her and backed off to give you a shot, so you better fucking take it.
Alright. Take care as my apprentice.
cool. All right, so yeah,
Awesome.
the university will sign off on that, and you now officially have Lane as a follower. Cha-ching. She'll probably gain a couple levels under your
Just
constant
one
tutelage.
thing, though. Sorry for interrupting there, Snaven.
Go ahead.
Just put out something. Kinathis?
Huh?
Kinathis,
Yes.
as soon as we have been done and rested up from Shatterpike, we're gonna go visit a certain fucking manticore girl with strawberry ice cream.
Oh boy. Sure.
Right after we're rested up from Shatterpike, remember? We promised her.
Oh man. Yeah. All right. I'll throw that on a little docket here. So yeah, Celadrie, do you want to brew up that potion of boob shrink? Probably not going to make you roll for it, just whatever time expenses for finishing that.
Sure.
Alright, cool. Let's say that reduces 1d4 cup size a shot, so maybe, I don't know, it's pretty low level ability. Count as a level 1 spell, so brew it as a potion for, what, 50 silver pieces?
I could research that spell.
You could.
Celadrie's Itty Bitty Titty Committee? Or
Alright.
just Itty Bitty Titty?
Yep, we're done here. Alright, yep, that's the spell now.
Celadrie's itty bitty.
Done. Adding.
Alright.
Oh,
Wait,
my
Wait,
God.
you're making a make boobs smaller spell?
Yeah.
Why?
To
Somebody
shrink
has to.
Lane's boobs.
I thought she loved her boobs.
She does, but she doesn't like chronic back pain, it turns out.
So make titanium spine.
Celadrie's titanium spine just doesn't fit. Celadrie's Itty Bitty Titty,
Committee.
that fits.
Alright.
Stay away from my wifers. Just gotta get Saxa to cast Lacta Rush on her when she's not looking.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Greater Lactic Rush.
I will dispel that.
I think that's a permanent spell too.
It is. I know it.
So after casting that
Guys,
spell on...
if you think about it for 2 seconds,
Sig should get that cast on him.
you just
Or her. I'm still adjusting to Sig's new
hey,
gender.
Ben,
Yeah.
think about it. If she casts Great Galactic Rush and Celadrie casts the Itty Bitty Titty Committee, back and
Gross.
forth there, there's gonna be some goddamn stretch marks everywhere.
It's magic.
I imagine
no
if you
stretch
cast a
marks in
lactic
magic.
rush and then cast the Itty Bitty Titty,
Milk squirt.
there would be a gush of milk.
Yes, absolutely.
If you ever wanted a quick way to milk your cowgirls,
Oh,
Itty Bitty Titty.
God damn it. That sounds incredibly painful.
I think you mean
Probably
mind-meltingly
extremely
orgasmic.
pleasurable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Porn logic, right?
Yeah, obviously. So yeah, Lane now has...
Is that gonna go in the novel?
Always and forever. So yeah, Lane now has nice bouncy e-cups and is no longer a cowgirl fox, so...
Haha! I am the biggest now!
Alright. Let's check.
Skezza is the biggest and the
Think
milkiest.
has that checked out.
What the fuck is wrong with my OBS?
OBS be weird, yo.
I can't. It won't let me stream. It's like dropping all my frames, and then I just get no kilobytes out.
Alright. Let's see. Oh yeah, Rensa. After the battle, Fergus basically gives you an outstanding offer to join the Lion Knights whenever you'd like, if you would. Thus far, you've been a member of your own little Order of the Blue Rose, I believe, which, as far as you know, you're the only knight left of that order anywhere, so if you would care for the camaraderie of fellow knights, you're welcome to join them.
Not sure. I mean, I always like to be. Yeah. You know, never mind.
Or
Let's
you
join
could try and bring the Blue Rose Knights back, you know? Take on some squires of your own.
It'll take time. Yeah. For now, I guess we'll still stay the only blue rose. Think about bringing them back later.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. Going to student. Check. Let's see.
what
Last
cup
thing
size
of
I
my
have.
downtown nights for you guys is. So yeah, Skezza, where are you living? after the Battle of Shatterpike for the next couple of months.
I just have my room at at our warehouse. That's all
So,
I have.
Kaelirra is going to become your nagging waifu.
Okay.
And start, like, you're the chosen champion of a goddess and you're living in a warehouse. I mean, maybe you could get somewhere nicer to live.
It's a pretty sweet warehouse, though.
It's a nice warehouse, and Kaelirra definitely never says anything about this when Sig's around, but, she's like, Rensa has his own estate now, and Sig has a castle.
True, he does.
Celadrie's probably going to
estate
get...
was like 2 bedrooms.
No, that was Rensa's townhouse apartment. Rensa has his estate back now.
Yeah,
Oh.
I get that back.
That's like an
Okay,
actual,
well.
like, chateau noble villa sort of thing going on.
Well, aren't we a fancy man?
So yeah, she's like, Celadrie and Backy are probably going to have towers before too long, It's time to move up in the world.
Well, all right. Let's see if we can find a nicer place then.
I know this sweet castle out in the countryside.
All the way. That's like 40 miles away, or something.
It's like 100 miles away, actually.
Oh, okay.
Let me measure.
That's so far.
85 miles away.
That's very far.
Yes. It'll take you a
Plus,
while.
I think they already have some population density issues.
Well, I mean, I imagine most of the dwarves and catfolk are actually living, like, in a village outside the castle or in Kalinsburg. So the castle itself is not hugely crowded.
Besides, I should probably stay in Pergolis. Or at least have a place here.
Well,
But who's gonna run my security forces?
Kind of have a number of obligations here already.
Damn it. I need to find another.
your half ogre daughter-in-law just like clears her throat.
She's a mage.
No, she's
not.
I think she's a
Two-weapon
fighter or
fighter?
a slayer. Yeah,
So what the
she's
fuck
a
was she
two-handed.
doing in the
two-handed
mage
fighter.
tower? I thought she
That's
was
where
like
her dad
apprentice to
lived.
the ogre there. Oh,
Yeah, that
Okay.
ogre was her daddy, who you murdered.
I didn't murder him. I self-defensed myself really hard.
It was just really aggressive self-defense.
Okay, yeah.
Proactive
I- look,
self-defense, if you will.
I'm
Fen and I
also
live in
pretty sure
America. That defense holds up. All right.
I'm pretty sure that Sig wasn't actually the one that killed him too. I think it was probably.
It was Cammy,
that-
actually. Yeah, you self-defensed your way right into his house. Yeah. But yeah, so
Yeah,
Whatever,
he
she was
was
an ass.
being
I bet-
threatening, and so
I bet
he
she didn't
took
like
her
him.
out.
You
she
probably raped
doesn't
her.
opticom. She just leaves the room.
Just, wow.
That wasn't in character. And neither was our whole discussion about American aggressive self-defense.
You might have been right. Anyway, yeah, she is offering to basically be your sheriff,
Cool.
if you want.
Maybe I can buy Rensa's townhouse from him, since he has his big fancy house now.
You know, there's a lot of unoccupied real estate in Kalinsburg. I built a pretty
damn
sweet
it.
manor on for not a lot of money.
Oh my god.
Yeah. If you want to buy a townhouse,
Pardon me for wanting to keep the party together.
I know it's
Or controls the taxes.
yeah. So if you want to get like either Rensa's townhouse from him or like a townhouse of that caliber, maybe even on that street, it's 500 silver pieces a year, I believe. I'm gonna mark that off. You can get a townhouse or just give it to Rensa. I believe he paid for his.
Oh my god.
Hey Rensa, can I buy your house from you?
Probably not. I mean, you can use it still, but
Damn it.
I like to keep any property that my family holds right now, since I don't really have a lot of it to give away.
Fine. I will buy a townhouse for $500 a year. I mean, 500 silver a year.
Cool. Alright, you drop your tax dollars. And the good news is, since tax and rent day is in August, you don't have to pay for that for a while.
Oh, okay. I just have to make sure that I have 500 silver when the time comes.
Well, no, I
Wait,
mean, you have
the
to pay
townhouse?
for this year, then you just don't have to, like rent day isn't in, like, December, so you'd have to pay it again, like, right away.
You got a townhouse for 500 silver?
Yes.
What the fuck?
What?
That's how much I'm paying for the warehouse.
Giant fucking warehouse.
It's
Big
only
warehouse.
8,000 square
Dude,
feet.
You're paying.
I have
Dude,
no idea what
You're
area
paying
it is.
for 2 warehouses
Yeah,
and
but
8,000 square feet, which is pretty fucking big when it comes to size.
wait a second.
Meanwhile, Skezza gets, like, a little 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Much nicer, though, than where I was living previously.
You could have made the warehouse really nice.
Oh.
Warehouses make awesome houses. I would live in a warehouse, actually.
That,
Like-
ew.
Like you can
Yeah,
pimp
Backy
out
is
like
there.
the inside of a warehouse into a really awesome living space.
Your warehouse
He's
doesn't
not
have
wrong.
running water or a bathroom.
We could have like gotten some. Could have built that out.
We just need to get some, God.
I'm just saying, like, right now, as of what you invested in that warehouse, it's got individual rooms, which is nice.
That's something.
Alright, so yeah, Kaelirra nags you into spending a bunch of money to buy a house. Cool.
Okay. Okay. That's fine.
Taking all my friends away.
Technically, Sig, I don't think anybody's living up in Kalensburg with you from the PC side.
Life's lonely when you're on the top.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm kind of like have a lot of work. I have a lot of Skezza has many important duties
That's true. That's true.
in Pergola.
You said duty.
Hey, Beavis.
So, Savin, I
yeah.
need to ask,
Yep.
what happened to all my Minotaurs?
Well, that's a good question.
Rounded up and executed.
I did put that
Okay,
in
then,
my...
well, I mean, Sig, you have the authority to do that now, so...
Oh no, I want to do that. I'm the Minotaur King. Queen.
What?
Yeah, just ask Boris and whatever his name is.
Boris and Yuri?
Yeah. Yeah, they think Sig is the chosen one.
Oh my god.
So, between the two of you, what do you want to do with a shitload of Minotaurs?
We
I
need to
think
do
they're
something.
Kinathis. Unless,
I just-
yeah, they're not my problem at the moment.
Alright. To be fair, Kinathis has a hard time getting anywhere near them without just getting gangbanged into the ground. Like, at some point in the
Yeah.
future, you, like, try to go talk to them, and then just, like, nobody sees you for a day, and then you just come back stinking and covered in spooge. Like,
Well,
That's
like Sig probably wouldn't just be randomly going over to the Minotaurs.
Yeah.
But, you know, if someone asked her to, she could probably go over there with Boris and Yuri.
We just have to do something with them, like perhaps like find them opportunity to work or something, or take them or perhaps like set up some location where they can start like building their own Minotaur village.
Let's see. You guys do know of an old
Again.
abandoned bandit camp that's kind of like 30 or 40 miles from Pergolith, I think. That has walls
Again,
and stuff. You could set them up in, or
Unless unless someone comes and asks, Sig's probably not having anything to do with those Minotaurs.
Right.
Probably doesn't even know that they're there.
Siegfried, can
Honestly.
Siegfried, oh great hero of Minotaurs, can you please help me with my Minotaurs?
That's some serious sarcasm.
Whenever I come near them, they just try to bang me, and I can't get a word in.
Alright, well, I'm
You
gonna
get a
go
cock.
get Boris and Yuri.
Okay.
So you go
'Cause
round
if
up your
Sig
Minotaurs.
just goes over there by herself, they're just gonna see a girl. And before Sig goes over there, she'll get Saxa to cast Enlarge Person on her.
Right.
Yeah. I also want to track down cowgirls.
Alright, well, hold on, one
That's
thing at a
amazing.
time. So yeah, I'm just gonna say, unless like they get evicted, they just kind of like hang out at Shatterpike for the first couple of weeks until like Sig
Okay.
shows up.
So Sig and Boris and Yuri will come over and talk to them.
There's a big burly Minotaur leading them. What's his name?
Roman.
Like, Roman, yeah, cousin Roman.
God damn.
Oh my god.
He's good. He's nice.
So,
He speaks common.
so you
Gaza!
come on over and one of the Minotaurs, starts turning and walks over to you to meet you like halfway between him and his tribe, and then he looks at Boris and is like, "Cousin Boris!"
God damn.
Oh my god.
Roman! Boris says, and they just embrace each other.
Let us go see Big Burgothian titties!
And then DCL quit the campaign.
Oh, it's glorious.
So yeah, the Minotaurs spend a while talking, and like one of the random ones from the tribe like sees Sig, who's just this big, enormous Minotaur-sized girl, and he just like walks over with big, wide eyes and like broken common ass if you want to suck his dick.
Sig will lift her loincloth and tell him you first.
Roll charisma. Roll influence.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Minotaur's like, right.
Wow. I was expecting him to just be like intimidated. Did not expect him to just actually go for it.
I'm actually surprised as well.
Minotaur just like gets
So-
down and starts going
Well-
at it, and the other Minotaur's like,
Well-
what?
So while that's going on, Sig will explain how she rescued Boris and Yuri.
Yes, cousin Boris was just telling me, you're a great savior of Minotaurs. And he like comes over to like start giving you a hug, and then like backs away because there's a Minotaur right in front of you. It's like, eh.
How about a high five?
5 of highs, yes. Slap.
Fucking Minotaurs.
I like him.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And then Sig will ask them where they're planning to live now that the battle is over and they're free from the hobgoblins.
He waves his like big old battle axe at Shatterpike and says, "We are having great big castle full of goblins, little tiny cock goblins that worship us like gods.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so you're gonna live with the goblins?
Yes, free land. We
Oh,
till
well,
the earth
then.
now.
What's their what's Grogpuck think about that?
Oh."
The Goblin King.
He looks around and scratches his head and says, "We are not knowing Goblin King, only little Goblin Princess." He like reaches way
Cammy?
down to the ground about Cammy's height and waves his hand around. She is
Yeah,
saying,
Cammy
"Big
been
Minotaur
around?
clan come here. We bring many cowgirl."
Oh boy. Where are the cowgirls coming from?
The
I
Minotaurs
have-
like all look between each other and they're like, "We are working on that. We must find missing cowgirls. Hobgoblins are always keeping us, separated. Never let talk. We
I have
get
a
no
number
work done."
of... what's his name?
Are you actually there, Skezza?
Yes.
Alright,
Well-
like, while he's gesturing around and talking, he just grabs you by the head and, like, pushes you into his crotch.
Oh wait, no. Big T gave me a list of places where he sent his cowgirls, so I was gonna go check those out when I had time. See if I can't buy them back.
Oh. Bestest cowgirl bringing more cowgirls. Not the way we had hoped,
Yeah.
but it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
And again, as he's gesticulating, he just like drops his kilt. Just rub.
Oh man, that's fantastic. I will tell him that I have a town I'm building far to the north that he and his kind would be welcome at, provided they ask girls if they can have sex with them before they shove their dick inside of them. It's considered polite.
Like as you're saying that, you like just spray a load of spunk down this Minotaur's throat.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
well, now it's your turn.
Yeah.
That was your deal.
Alright.
Minotaur gets up and just waggles.
How tall is this Minotaur?
It was like 7 or 8 feet tall.
7 or 8 feet tall.
Imagine he's about the same size as you are.
Yeah, Fen.
Alright. So Sig will... Wait. So my strength is +7 with enlarged person.
Oh lord.
Alright. So here's
How
what
does this
Sig-
Minotaur die?
Sig will say, excuse me one moment, and then squat down and just grab the Minotaur and pick him up to suck his dick.
You hear the most like incredible bellow as you like. Where are you picking him up by? Let's establish that. Like first, like by the haunches, or are you like turning him upside
Just
down, or
Just
what?
like behind the knees and under the back, and then
All right.
lifting up. And then she just kind of has to look down to...
Yeah. Okay. Make a strength check. Let's just make sure you don't completely flub it.
Sig
if
is
she
very
flubs
strong.
it, she's just going to give up and suck dick.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. You just like heft him up like he's nothing. He bellows and squirms, and then he like anchors his arms around your head like. Woo.
Sig is very strong.
Roman just throws his head back and laughs.
What's that?
I
Nope.
couldn't let Sig be seen in the same light that they see Saxa. Or not Saxa, Skezza.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Or else they will never listen to her.
This is
What's that?
Smart.
An arrow comes out of nowhere and hits cousin Roman in the eye? Man, Savin, normally I call you harsh and brutal, but this seems kind of fitting. I'm just so sad it had to turn out this way.
That's a damn shame. It's even worse that the next Minotaur who takes over the tribe is literally Minotaur Hitler and starts murdering all the goblins in the goblin costume.
Man,
it was awful.
That is pretty bad, but I mean, he's still better than Roman.
So, after that,
Yeah. There's just a polite pause in the conversation while you finish this Minotaur off and set him back down with a slap on the ass on his way. Stumbles off.
Sigrid will send him on his way. And then explain that people who aren't cowgirl, or females who aren't cowgirls, can actually think. And in the rest of the world, you can't just ram your dick into them at first sight. Some of them are actually capable of fighting back.
But why would they? Is good dick. He like gestures at his big flopping horse dick in Skezza's face.
Yeah, and then Sig will tell him that if he tried to force it into her, she would cut it off. And then she will show the, razor-sharp, sentient bastard sword that she's carrying around.
Blink.
Just kind of point at it.
We are thinking we are staying with goblins. You just pick up and put on deck. Is good.
Oh, they go for that?
Yeah. And he
What
like
about the princess?
looks around
Does she
for a
go for
second. Like he looks around for a second, sees like a female goblin work, and just walks over and picks her up, puts it on his dick.
What about the princess?
I'm not knowing. She make doves explode everywhere when try.
Yeah. See,
Cammy's
it might work
afraid
with
of
some of the
dicks.
goblins, but definitely not with all of them. Definitely not with Cammy. That's
As
her
long
name,
as the
by the
Minotaur-
way.
Eh.
You might want to use that if you ever have to talk to her.
His little princess.
But I guess if you guys are going to be doing okay here, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you ever want to join, the more civilized society, I'm sure some of the women in Castle Kalensburg might be interested to have a couple Minotaurs around.
Yeah, I bet.
Wink.
And yes, Fen, you are doing that.
Doing what?
What you did to Sonara.
What did I do to Sonara?
There's a little bit of mouth
Everything.
breathing going on.
Ah,
Or fan.
Straight into the
there.
mouth.
Is that better?
No.
Yes.
It's never been. Well, yeah.
It's like the microphone is below my chin at this point.
Yeah, that sounds fine now.
Okay. That's weird. It's mostly when I get up and walk. Oh, maybe it's actually the air from my ceiling fan hitting it.
Could be.
I don't know. Because, I didn't have anyone complain about this when I first got this microphone. Whatever. Anyway, so I guess they're just going to stay there. I've,
guess so.
Offered them an alternative, but I don't think the goblins are going to complain.
Yeah.
Probably not.
They have a
About having
sweet deal with the
giant
goblins,
Obros.
and you threaten to cut Roman's dick off. So, I mean, yeah, I think they're going to stay there.
All right.
It might.
Actually,
Mhm.
how big of a Minotaur is Roman?
He is definitely like the biggest Minotaur there, and has these humongous horns.
Biggest and the strongest.
Yes, biggest and strongest Minotaur. I know where this is going. Oh God.
Are you
but
gonna arm wrestle him?
No. Skezza's already sucking his dick.
You can just wait politely for him to finish.
Yeah.
It'll take like another 45 seconds at this point, and then you.
Because I realized, actual cowgirls are probably so dumb and submissive that always on the top. Sig was going to cowgirl the Minotaur, but... Wulp.
Yeah.
Alright.
Minotaurs are all about, missionary, I guess, probably. Or
Or
doggy.
just bending the girl over.
Yeah.
Going at it.
Yeah.
So is Skezza down on her knees?
Yeah, she's wiping spunk off her face at this point.
Oh, so he already came.
But,
Alright.
but,
Alright.
cows don't have knees.
God damn it.
Most certainly do.
Only one cow doesn't have knees, and that was from a terrible accident.
Indeed. It's the same Suri accidents at all.
Alright, so, seeing that then, Sigrid will high five cousin Roman,
High five.
and
Gives you a
then
great big high five.
pull out a ruby worth 500 silver and toss it to him.
It's very shiny. Oh, I am
Gift
giving.
from my people to yours. Use it if you need to buy anything to get started. And,
He looks at it and gives you a big smile and says, "If you are ever needing anything, you come talk to Minotaur. We are a friend now." And he
Yes.
he goes to give you a high five, but turns it into a handshake halfway through.
Alright. Sig will do strongest handshake possible.
It's like when a white guy tries to fist bump someone.
Oh, alright, is it time to see who gives a better handshake?
I don't want to like roll a 20 and break his hand.
Oh my. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Probably not.
Just want to have like healthy respect for strength going on here.
Alright.
Not gonna do the whole like sit there shaking hands, squeezing until somebody cries out in pain, and let's go.
Alright. You get the sense from the handshake that in your big form, you're slightly stronger than he is.
In your Sig form.
Yeah, and then Sig will walk away and just like, 100 yards out, shrink down to half the size.
Okay.
Well, at least you won't have to get lunch today.
I was literally about to say, it's good that Skezza's giving her kid a healthy diet. Just Minotaur spunk.
Jesus. I shall
It's good for the
get
kids.
Oh my
It's a
God.
perfect way to raise a family.
I am gonna try and find cowgirls. as
You're
quickly as I
lucky
can.
that it isn't COC Minotaurs.
Yeah.
Yep.
You'd
I
be
wanna-
getting that Minotaur
Oh.
village bad end about now.
Yeah.
Probably. So, I wanna while we are currently on this subject on this area, I wanna ask Roman if he knows anything about his king and people and why cowgirls are so like they are. Because we heard that they were cursed.
Roman is, of course, knowing big Minotaur King Tholan, biggest of Minotaurs. Not knowing why cowgirls are not like you, and he gives you like this really affectionate, kind of condescending pat on the head. Most Minotaur girls, it's kind of stupid. But
We
good
heard-
girls, good-hearted girls, give strong babies. This is all that matters.
We heard that they were all cursed.
Roman is not knowing why this is. Maybe curse, maybe something wrong with just all cowgirls. I'm not knowing. Perhaps you speak to King Tholan. He can tell
Yeah.
you all about Minotaur.
That's what I was thinking, but no, I don't know where he is.
Roman
he live?
unknowing is far away, but bestest little cow can surely make it. Might have to suck a lot of hobgoblin dick though.
Oh, it's on the other side of the hobgoblins?
Not on the other side, as kind of it's same place, and he drag you onto the map here. Grab
map.
map layer. So he's going to tell you that not quite. The Minotaurs live about here.
Okay.
And he'll
there.
he'll try to express to you the fact that this is where the Minotaur King is, but ever since the Hobgoblins took Gastagoth, they've been enslaving more and more Minotaurs. And, it's hard to leave their caves anymore without getting ganked by goblins.
I see.
I see, said the blind man as he peed into the
But the king and some of his people are still free.
Yes.
Alright, so there's a bunch of big, strong minotaurs in the middle of the Hobgoblin Empire that are not allied and in fact are free, and probably aren't particularly happy being where they are.
Correct.
Probably. That's some good information.
Oh man,
Yeah.
and then rocks fall.
Boris and
die.
Yuri were like in like crazy chains and shit.
Yeah.
With hobgoblins riding on, or no, goblins riding on their back.
These Minotaurs, like, if you mention that out loud, some of them will say that, that used to be how they got treated till all the goblins rebelled, and then they just had an officer, a couple of them with whips, leading them around.
Okay.
I would tell you that in Roman's voice, but it hurts a lot.
When do we get to the point when Roman dies?
I
Jesus
hope-
Christ, DCL.
I hope he doesn't. I like Roman.
I
He's
really
fun.
hate Roman.
Now I'm sad his name is Roman, because now everyone hates him.
I like him.
Yeah.
You didn't
I
play
just
enough
told him
Grand
that if he
Theft
tried
Auto
to rape me, I'd
Don't
cut
worry,
off his
he-
dick.
It's not rape, it's just surprise sex.
No.
It's,
Don't worry, DCL. Your chicken levels are just too low. Here, have a bucket.
Actually could go for some chicken right
Be
now.
much
Oh, man.
better.
I'm with DCL. Get me some KFC, man.
wish I
That
had
actually
KFC.
sounds kind of.
I was supposed to have Bojangles for dinner today, but fucking never happened.
That
I'm
is
gonna
How
go for some
about
Chick-fil-A.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A sounds delicious right now.
Oh yeah, I
What's the
It's-
name? You know those.
so good to hate on the gays.
Uh,
I mean, have Chick-fil-A.
Oh. I know they hate on the gays, but their cock is so delicious.
Damn it. I saw that coming.
I didn't see that coming.
Indeed. But hey, DCL, you don't have a Popeye anywhere?
We do. I just have to. We have no cars
Well,
right now.
why don't you get, those popcorn chickens? There, like one or two of those. Then you get some nice dip to it, and just eat it, like that.
Anyway,
I'll give Mr. Roman a hug, and I'll tell him that I'll try and track down some cowgirls as soon as I can, and I'll bring them here.
he will hug back and tell you that you're the best little cowgirl he's ever seen.
I try.
Now you pop that baby out right quick so he can give you another one.
Oh
God,
my.
you are so bad-ended.
It's okay.
For the fact that you can continue playing is a miracle.
It's fine. Skezza has resolve now
For now.
from her paladin nonsense.
So yeah, I guess the last major event in October is Sig and Saxa getting hitched.
Yay!
Yay!
Are we invited to the party?
No.
Oh.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, we aren't. Okay, back to laboratory.
so where do you have this done, Sig?
Oh, you could
Probably
get
in
married
Pergo.
by an actual goddess if you asked. I bet.
You good?
Fuck yeah, let's do that.
Which goddess do you ask? There are two now. Actually, three. You have Kinathis hanging out.
Which one's the coolest with polyamory?
Kinathis.
Yeah, technically. You've also banged Kinathis too.
Yeah, I'll ask her.
Alright, so Kinathis, the goddess of lust, of interspecies motherhood, and valor
Wait, what?
against evil, will totally hit you.
What a
Wow,
strange
we
combination.
are like all of those things.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, technically, I guess Kinathis should be a demigod, but whatever.
Don't ruin the moment.
Until we can find the rest of her.
No, even then. She's the daughter of
Yeah, that's what
Mithras, the
Crystal-
goddess of life and
Oh,
fertility,
Kinathis is a
and an ancient dragon.
Oh,
That's where she comes from.
Well,
nice.
remember, that's why we're going to Crystal Horn ASAP,
Right.
so we can find and, unchain the ones that we need.
Yes. Alright, so
We still need to get the ice cream. We need to increase the geos. So like, all that needs to be done like this month, and then go to Priscilla.
So yeah, Sig and Saxa get hitched. You do it in Pergolith, anywhere particular. There's of course the big Church of Mithras, aka Kanar's mom. There's the Duke's Keep, which has a big ballroom. There's your warehouse. There's DCL's estates right outside town.
I'm gonna go with the temple.
Alright,
Yeah.
cool.
That's the best option.
Off the party at the Duke Key.
At this point, Renza is already used to Siegfried throwing crazy parties in his house.
Pretty normal.
Does he throw sexy parties?
Yes.
The last party, your character wound up getting gangbanged by Minotaurs.
That was not a party. That was a fight.
No, there was a party in the warehouse.
Oh yeah.
Really, just choose an event, and the likelihood of Skezza getting gangbanged by Minotaurs is like 75%.
Ugh.
Oh, Minotaurs or horse girls. Just one of those two things happens.
Oh man, Sig would
Such
totally
moo.
go for the horse girls now.
Moo.
Alright, so yeah, if you want to drop like 100 silver on the like renting out the temple for the day, you can totally get that done.
100 silver?
Yep.
Okay.
200
200 silver it is.
Alright, so you're getting like decorations and shit pulled on out, setting out some nice invitations. It's a good time.
Gotta send out those non-ghetto invitations, yo.
So yeah, to your surprise and probably Sax's slight consternation, Iduna shows up at the wedding. Strides in, right near the end of the actual ceremony, just quietly sits in a back row.
Wait. I didn't invite her?
Whether you did or not, she didn't show up until like right near the end. Just sort of
Okay.
walks in, hangs out for a little bit, and once she, once the vows are said, and you kiss the bride, and are being ushered out, she just quietly leaves a little bit later. Doesn't come to the after party.
Oh, okay. She's grump.
A little bit.
Whatever. She gets
Also,
the
Lynn
next one.
comes, so you have Princess Kitty Cat in attendance, of course.
Yay.
I assume you invited her, but
Yeah, of course I would have invited Princess Kitty Cat.
It's the only
I still want to tap that.
Oh my god.
I'm a lord now. I'm within like dick swinging distance of her now.
I don't know. I mean, you still got Fergus to compete with on that ground, if on no other.
I gotta steal now that I've stolen Fergus's birthright. It's only fitting that I steal his waifu.
While you're at it, you might as well just take command of the Lion Knights from him. I mean, really.
Oh my god.
Siegfried, please.
Please no.
I'm not
Please
doing
no.
that.
Good.
Like if I had known that he had Queen's Guard when I lost it from the deck, I probably wouldn't have wished it back. But it's too late now.
Yep. Alright. Let's see.
Because I genuinely feel bad for that dude.
Alright. Does anyone have anything else important they want to handle in October? That can't wait until like the
Oktoberfest?
general
Oh yeah, get the
downtime.
easy shit.
Hmm?
Yeah, get the easy one. The licenses, the trading,
Oh yeah.
patent, all that stuff.
All of your licenses, taxes, the patent. Let's say like 200 silver in legal fees, and you can get all that sorted out. Or you can bother Lynn about it, and probably half that.
No problem. I actually, since it's pretty much establishing a whole new chain and like non-seen business, legitimate, I will actually add more.
Okay.
As like forwarding extra tax and forwarding extra tax as well as not stipends. What's the word again?
Investment.
Yes,
Yeah, cool.
as well as contribution. Like the tax contribution for
Right, of course.
establishing
The clerk you're talking
Yeah.
to just smiles and nods and says that you should have your papers tomorrow.
Very well. So I slap on some 400 silver. You say? Okay.
All right, sounds fine.
Actually, mate. Okay.
There was potentially one thing.
All right, let's hear it.
Was there?
The big Dragon Ball thing.
All right, you go to the caves and
what are we
suck
gonna do with
Sidarn's
that?
Dragon Balls. All right, okay, fine with that.
No, fuck, God damn it.
I think the idea would be to leave it alone until we have an actual good use for it. It's the kind of thing to keep in your back pocket for an emergency.
Okay, gonna wait then.
Yeah.
Keep our trump card secret. Okay.
All right.
Alright.
Anything else for October? Going once. Go.
Oktoberfest?
Nice. Sold to November.
And okay. So we got the legal papers pretty freaking fast, right? Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, like the next day.
Sweet as shit. Okay, cool. We just prick off the list because a lot of my stuff can be done really fucking quick.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, let me just all the paper. Just X this. X. Tax account and everything. How much would that run me?
Would what run you?
Accountant.
The accountant. Do you want to have him like on staff, or do you just want to like consult him like once a month or something?
No, I want him on staff handling, the payouts and how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
All the legal work there when it comes to
Right.
but directly sanctioned by the Duke, what's it called, the Duke O'Keefe or Lynn,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Cool. Yep, you can get someone who's like actually worked for the Duke before. It's fairly easy to come by.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you want him on
Cool.
staff?
So
Let
that
me-
we don't get any so-called shady motherfucker.
Yeah. All right. So this guy's probably going to be like an expert. Let's say. What level do you want him to be at?
Expert level.
You're going to have him up to like level 10, I guess. Really.
A level 10
Oh
accountant.
no, he's not gonna come with me.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying
Yeah,
like
just
the
gonna be
higher
there.
level he is, the better his skills are going to be.
Level 10 accountant, Ben
Well, that
Wyatt.
depends on the price.
Let me copy the formula to you. So like a level 10 accountant, and that's per year of retainer, would be 10 grand. This would be his, or 10 grand 100, be his year's wage.
So 10 times.
Yeah,
So
right.
level 10 would be, like I said, 10 grand. So
Yeah.
pretty much grand a level.
While a level 5 account would be just 2,600 silver per year.
Okay, so let's see. Establishing this and this. What's the closest one you can get me to 3,200?
Let's see, it's probably going to be 5. You can get 5 or 6 for 3,700. 5 is, what again? 2,600.
I'd go with 610. You said 3,700.
Alright. Sounds good.
Okay,
Yep.
so
Do you have a specific
I got him
race
here.
or gender you want to pick? And most, obviously, would be catfolk, but there's probably like a couple of dwarves or fairies who live in town who've done work for the Duke.
No.
Fairy accountant. God, that'd be horrible.
I actually trust. Yeah, I'm going with dwarf.
Alright, so
Or the best.
Well,
You,
Backy likes dwarves.
yeah. Alright, cool. You find a dwarf named Vivaldi, who's done some accounting work for the Duke. So yeah. He's a 6th level expert.
Devolve.
He will take good care of your money.
But is he Jewish?
Yes, obviously. He's a dwarf. What do
He's-
you expect?
Dwarves are the business, because when it comes to business.
But that was crafting.
Both. I mean, crafting is a
Business.
form of business, really. It's, making your wares
is-
and marketing them.
Yeah.
Whether or not dwarven wares are actually the best doesn't matter. It's the fact that you think they're the best. Business.
Clever.
Yeah.
No, I actually want to see a lore where dwarves aren't the best
usual-
The Witcher. Gnomes are the best inventors.
but dwarves just trick everybody into thinking they are.
Yes. And also they're the bankers of the world. They are
Ah.
literally the Jews of the Witcherverse.
But cool. So, you'll go through the whole introduction set, like shake hand and all that stuff. Ask him if he's any well-versed in dwarven, old pre-folk dwarven poetry.
No, he can't say he is.
Cool, let me just get this little book out here that I have,
Alright.
which is
So you give him one of the, big books
Book
of
of-
dwarven, forge poetry. He's like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
My daughter would love this. She's training to become a blacksmith,
Mhm.
That's it. He
This
will
is,
happily take
some
that.
of the stuff I found on, make sure she take good care of it. It was quite hard to get a hold of.
Of course, of course. No one knows the value of a book more than a dwarf.
Awesome. Coolio. That was one of the, man, I can just kick off my fucking list one by one here. It's easy.
So that process altogether took 2
Oh.
or 3 days.
Wow. Okay, the quicker study, research stuff that can be done in the week is agricultural improvements.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. Alright, if you're gonna just be making, knowledge and lore checks, we can handle that in the big downtime. It doesn't matter when that happens. In this little segment, really, so.
Okay, that can be done then. So, the potions that's listed.
Potions, yeah, all that stuff can basically just be done during the downtime. We're not going to cover point by point, which is after November.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing that's
that's
probably going to be
okay.
critical to have done here would probably be the water purifier. Like that's something that you could do in
Yeah.
this month and would like have a dramatic effect on like the health of the people in like Kalensburg and Pergolith and Shatterpike.
Sweet. Will do then.
Could I invest in Backy's business?
No, can you?
Can I?
Ask
Can
Backy.
you?
Oh,
Backy, can I invest money in your business?
Why?
Because I had no idea what you were actually doing beforehand, but now I do. And I think that that's going to be extremely worth it.
Oh, the water purification. That's just a side gig. My actual job is cocaine.
I sell cocaine and cocaine accessories.
I think that was the best line.
Exactly. That's literally what the whole accounting and setup was. The whole business license, get everything. That was to make the cocainea emporium.
The cocaine.
Cocainium
Pure
Emporium.
Flash is the
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm
That was how,
Cocainum.
the whole side project is literally improve agriculture, better food, stronger food, healthier food, and purify water, stuff like that.
All for the sake
That's
of
just side
cocaine.
gigs. Well, think about it. If everyone, let's see, if everyone got food and won't go hungry and won't starve over the fucking winters, and there's lots of food to go around, that means they got more money. That means food will be cheaper, more money to spend on party. See?
That means more cocaine. It's a long-term plan.
Okay.
Yeah, Backy is in this business for the long
And this-
haul. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
this is literally what this is. This is a kingmaker session.
Uh, I'm glad now that I didn't
There's
go.
no short term here. This is long term.
I'm now glad I didn't go with the fucking Big T storyline. Oh man, that would have been so retarded compared to this.
Okay. Can I still invest in Backy? I would still like to.
What do you need to invest in?
I don't know.
What sex?
Like this is
Actually,
like what
fine.
you need to invest in. It's literally like not disturb Backy while she's sitting there and inventing.
Well, I mean, eventually you're going to need to actually make the purifiers, of which you'll probably need a lot. So, yeah, get it on the ground floor of that, get a percentage of the
that's-
profit. But you could also probably finance that yourself.
Well,
That's what I was thinking.
yeah, I got 356 gold and 2,100 silver pieces on me,
Yeah.
as well as magical items and shit I haven't sold off. Plus, I'm literally the only one that knows the unuglification potion and lesser regen.
Oh yeah, so do you try to like tell people about this unuglification and regen potion? Like, do you market it at all?
Oh yeah,
All right.
it goes into the whole business deal as well. So
All right. I'll make a little note of that here for your future profits.
that's also into the patent. I have to. I'll toss in another 400 for patent that stuff.
Can I donate 1,000 silver to
If
this
you want mine.
nonsense? I would like to.
Well, sure, you can get the 10% of the cut if you want. I don't really care.
I will donate 1,000 silver to your cause.
I will add
will be
1,000
worth
silver. I
Will be
roll
worth it in the
up.
long run.
Legal fees. Yeah, deducting legal fees and stuff like this. Negative burn. There we go. So yeah. Sure. From the unuglification portion or beautification portions, that people want to call it.
Yes, that's probably a
Or
nicer name for it.
rest.
So what do those potions
Yeah.
do exactly?
As
Well,
advertised.
remember how your guard captain wife had her face half torn out of us?
Yeah.
Scarred.
Okay, so they aren't potions of charisma boosting; they're potions of healing,
No.
disfigurement.
Yeah, and the lesser regeneration potion actually removes scars, for example, limbs, or regrows them, or shit like that.
Why would you want to
But you
remove a
won't get
scar?
the HP back. That you know, for example, if the scar is sort of like stopping you from being able to sit up or bend your knee, or that stuff.
Yeah, but then you just hop around.
No offense, then.
Alright,
It's sort of heal the cripple. Okay. That part.
If the crippled were supposed to be healed, then God would do it.
Oh my god, he's turned Republican.
Don't. Oh God, it's horrible.
You don't know how hard I'm strangling the air right now.
Hedrah wishes she was Darth Vader right now. Just
Force choke you through the internet.
I
Darth
always
Vader
thought
did
that
it.
scene was kind of weird. I assumed you had to be close to someone to do that, but if all you need is like a view screen to choke somebody out with the Force, it's
Plot
pretty
twist.
fucking awesome.
Dude, Vader is insanely powerful. He force chokes a motherfucker across the galaxy.
Like,
Yeah,
And then
that
gets-
happened.
Then get shit kicked by a kid with barely any training.
to be fair,
Who
it
doesn't
was
do
taking
anything
it easy on
impressive.
his
Yeah,
son.
he did it willingly.
And Luke goes on to be a pretty awesome
Come on,
badass.
he could have literally just fucking stopped his heart at any fucking time. But he didn't.
I don't know. I think if that was a power the Sith had, like any Sith had,
They do.
then the Emperor would just stop Darth Vader's heart.
I'm pretty sure there's like some explanation of like if you have the Force, you're more resistant to just instant Force moves and stuff like that.
Probably.
You just
not
can't
too
read
hard.
too. You just can't read too deep into Star Wars.
It's fucking magic. Don't gotta explain tits. Anyway,
It's magic. Please
It's
don't explain.
actually
We don't accept midichlorians.
no, it's not magic. It's the Force is actually psionics.
I like that better
Yeah.
than midichlorians.
but it's all magic. Anyway, so yeah, Backy, if you want to start making the water purifier, let's say probably 500 silver pieces in research costs plus producing the first prototype. After that, you can probably churn
Yeah.
them out for like
Let's just
300 apiece, and they'll clean enough water for.
Damn it,
a
I
bunch
was
of
away
people.
from my computer. I wanted to chip in on that Star Wars discussion.
No,
That'll teach you.
I wanted to explain the theory behind midichlorians.
no, go away.
No.
They aren't what gives you
no,
the Force. Instead, they are attracted to
Oh, yeah,
the
that.
Force.
I remember you
It's
talking about this.
so dumb.
It was, but that is a more
Even
acceptable.
that explanation is still dumb. Because then, well, I guess the EU doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
But in the EU books, they were like,
Yeah.
there was no way to tell. If there was just some like microscopic organism floating around inside you, I'm sure they would have figured that out again.
Maybe only the Jedi Council knew.
Again,
Maybe-
though, it seems like the kind of thing that would be fairly obvious.
Maybe
Oh, there's all these
Qui-Gon Jinn
microorganisms.
was just like a homeopathic Jedi that
Don't
believed
ruin-
in superstition.
Don't ruin the only good character of the prequels, goddammit.
Wait,
Besides,
Obi-Wan
Darth
Kenobi
Maul.
was in the prequels too. Hold on.
That wasn't Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I
okay.
actually thought
Trump
prequel
won
Obi-Wan was
Kenobi.
pretty alright. But, yeah.
The derail.
Anyway, so
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
Okay. So you were saying?
Yeah, 500 in base price, and let's say 300 to produce each filter thereafter. And yeah, they can.
Okay, that's for the prototype. And what type, what level, and what sort of advances can I do on it before releasing?
Like right now, it purifies water. It takes just shitty sludge and makes it nice, cool, crisp drinking water. What else could you want to do to it?
Oh yeah. No, because a prototype is always a prototype. A prototype can always be improved, in terms of speed and quantity.
Right. I'm saying like at the end of October, if that's like
And
the
quality.
big thing that you're researching, like throwing all your time behind, yeah. Like you have it to as good as you can get it. You've gone through prototype after prototype after prototype and produce like 3 or 4 like shitty ramshackle versions and then cobble together from them, cannibalize them to make a really good one that takes all the best features from each one, and maybe you get like Celadrie to come over and cast fresh breath on it so it's all nice and crisp and cool and minty.
I forgot that was a spell.
Ew. Minty water.
Yeah.
How about crystal clear, clean water, like anti-germs and everything? Sure.
It's
No, isn't it?
well, I don't know how much of germ theory anybody knows at this point. Like, you don't have microscopes, but yeah, like it's not going to make you horribly sick. Like, you can dump it in like shit water and it will be fine. Generally speaking.
If you get a big batch, I could cast Celadrie's Minty Boomdazzle.
Wait, what?
That's my fireball spell.
It is a fireball of fresh breath.
Yes.
It
burns you with mintiness.
It's so minty, it burns you like acid.
I'm just going to accept that that's a thing and not ask any further questions.
And it can also blind you.
That makes
I
sense.
don't want to live on this planet anymore.
I'm also working on another spell. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. It's going to be another enchantment, though.
I refuse to leave this world till I kill Cousin Roman.
But then in the end, at the end of the campaign, when the party's in their final confrontation with the Emperor, and there's dragons and Lord Winter and all this horrible shit going on, and like Rensa's on his last breath, clawing his way towards the Emperor with a dagger in his mouth, ready to drive the final blow in. Cousin Roman just walks up and just stabs him in the back with the sword, and then kills the Emperor and becomes the Minotaur King.
No, he beats him to death with a bowling ball.
Is that what
Cousin
actually...
Rensa, would you like to go bowling?
That's how this campaign ends. Just 10 out of 10.
Alright, let's move on to the next campaign.
Alright. So in this next campaign, you guys are smugglers, right? I know.
I call Han Solo.
I want to be Chewie.
Alright.
Oh my God.
Ow.
I'm sorry for bringing that on.
Anyway, so yeah, water purifiers get. Do you want to? So now that you have like
so it's
a working prototype, or actually like final model, really, do you want to give that to anybody, or are you just gonna like stick it in the well near the warehouse and be like, yes, now I don't have to drink piss water anymore?
Well, we'll start with marketing, which involves the Ducal Keith and, for example, what it can do.
Alright, so you want to like demo it for Lynn and this town council and try and maybe like get a government grant to like have them buy a bunch and stuff like that? Set them up all over Pergolith?
Yeah, as well as being the only place there that can produce them. So, like discounts can be made there, as well as export to other once we can reconnect.
Yeah. Alright, yeah.
No more dirty wells, no more stuff like that.
City
No sick children
Councilor
like that.
Leofric will just immediately be like, yep, alright, we will buy a bunch of them, we will subsidize your industry, we are on board with this. And Lynn and Commander Reeve just kind of like turn their heads like, are you going to let her finish the demo? Or? But yeah, you pretty much immediately get the government of Pergolith on board with this plan. So you are going to start churning a profit on those pretty quickly.
Sweet. Even if it's a nominal profit, it's still a profit.
Yes.
Let's
Still a
see, if
profit.
it costs me 100, if it costs me 200 to make, and I sell them to them with a discount for like 250, still a profit per unit.
Yeah.
So
Making a profit per unit, and you will dramatically improve the quality of life in the city for a lot of people. So, yay! You can probably even
sweet.
start having them shipped up to like Kalensburg. Just dump like a barrel of them into the well in front of Sig's house.
And kill the poor slime.
No, all I wanted to do was love you.
Genuinely depressing slime
No,
death.
we purify her so she comes up as a pure slime waifu.
And then melt Sig's dick off. Ah, the good old days.
Slime
That
waifu bad
fucking
end.
pure.
Anyway,
No, that fucking barbarian ninja bouncy dwarf motherfucker. I
yeah,
remember that son of a bitch.
yeah.
I don't.
It's Sav&D one. It was
But
Fen had a character who had his dick burned
Before
off by a
time.
goo girl.
Seriously?
They were made of acid in Sav&D one and didn't know how to turn it
And
off.
you guys let him live that down?
That character? No, he died.
That character died
No, I
pretty
mean,
hard,
you,
yeah.
you guys let Fenoxo live that down.
Not for a while.
Like, I'm surprised.
Gotta remember this was like 2 or 3 years ago.
I kind of owned it. Like, shit happens. It's not a big deal.
Shit happens. You fuck an acidic slime girl.
And honestly, if you're gonna get your dick lopped off, it might as well. That's goose X.
Does that make it better?
Yes.
Yeah, of all the ways for it to happen, it's one of the best. Anyway, alright, I think that's about it for October, so... Backy starts her business, some people get jobs, get promoted, get lordships. There's a bee girl who's fully grown, there's a bunch of elves in the city now.
yeah, so what's the profit per unit then?
We will get to that at the end of the downtime. Since several of you have businesses and stuff, I'll just like tally all of that up. Like, I don't look forward to trying to deal with Sig's fucking milk bar thing. It's gonna generate like 1d90 copper pieces a day for like 200 days, and then
Damn right it is. I'm gonna be a fucking real estate baron.
Restaurant tycoon, more like.
In copper.
Right up until I leave and have the milk barn.
Moo. Anyway, alright, so that's the end of October.
Actually, I don't know if I'd be allowed to do that, or even if I should.
I think there was one more thing I wanted to do here.
Who the fuck is Liliana at? Fucking.
Who? What?
Oh my god, she's adorable. Liliana, and girl. I was wiring up her bust.
Right, yes.
Liliana Vess. AKA second hottest magic waifu. Right behind Chandra.
Alright, fuck it, next month. Alright, that was October. November.
For October, at the very end, I would like to go trick-or-treating.
Okay, there is a harvest festival in Pergolith, and you can.
I was about
absolutely
to
go
say, are we
trick-or-treating.
seriously not going to have Oktoberfest?
Fuck your Oktoberfest. I'm gonna go trick-or-treating and get candy.
You can do both.
Okay, little stills.
At the same time?
Yes.
Can I get drunk while trick-or-treating?
As
sounds
an
interesting,
adult who's
actually.
trick-or-treating, I'm pretty sure that's a prerequisite.
Hey, I'm a fairy. I could pass as like a kid or something. A kid dressed as a fairy.
He's totally good. Totally good.
Whichever way gets me more candy.
Yes. Whew.
Alright. God, sure there was something else I wanted to do in October. Oh, whatever. So November comes around. Oh, now I remember. Holy shit. Yes. Okay. All right. So like right at the end of October, about a month after the Battle of Shatterpike. Backy, you've probably been like keeping your ears open for this, or news about this. Word comes to Bergolf that they found Sir Bartho Blackrazor, the great war hero of yesteryear. They found him dead in an abandoned farmstead outside of Pergolith. The place had been burned to the ground only by the seemingly miraculous intervention of a random cowgirl who just wandered into the place and dragged his body out. Were they able to recover any evidence of his death? It appears he was stabbed in the neck. No indication of whom or when he died. Medical examiners, and by that I mean mages, who get called in, think he probably died a day or two before the Battle of Shatterpike. So that's the thing. It later comes down the
So
pipe.
we ordered it clean out.
A few days later, you hear that his son, Bartho Jr., has inherited his estate and is carrying on the family tradition. There's going to be a big funeral and a mourning and all of that. But yeah, Sir Bartho is dead.
I don't remember who Sir Bartho was.
He was a
The one who stole the
Pergothian knight.
cocaine.
Okay.
I got cocaine and night out of that.
He was a Pergothian knight who was involved in Backy's early cocaine quest.
Oh.
And DCL will probably remember there was a note. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it.
'Cause I
Message
remember the
nailed to
name.
Rensa's door. Should players. Like right near the beginning of the campaign, Rensa found a note from a Sir Bartho Blackrazor, which ended up leading him on a quest that happened to coincide with another quest the rest of the party was doing at the same time to Big T's farm, and that's when it burned down.
Another farm burnt down.
Backy was convinced for a while that
Remember the
Bartho
bandit?
was being impersonated by somebody, and he was like, yeah, I'll take care of it, thank you, and he gave you a reward, and was really tight-lipped about it, and there was some mention of a big fight in the warehouse district, some buildings burning down, and then right before Shatterpike, he left his estate, he packed up all his shit and was looking to move, and then he winds up dead.
Not suspicious at all.
Huh.
I think the last thing we heard about Sir Bartho was...
I mean, it's not like...
Go ahead.
I mean, it's not like he knew someone who was addicted to his shit and was trying to get him clean or something like that.
I remember Backy also was mentioning, it was really suspicious that the goblins knew we were coming, but Bartho wasn't in the Pergothian army, and he knew all of our battle plans because he was a big high lord, and just winds up dead.
Dead after trying to escape, trying to flee the
Yeah.
city.
That's what it looks like.
Well,
I mean, it's not like the wound was absolutely clean, right?
Right.
Yeah, it looked like... you know what, Backy, you would probably be invited to join the group of mages who are going to go see what the fuck happened. So why don't you make a, let's see, a survival test, I think, is medicine now? Yeah, go ahead and make a survival check. So let's see what you can get from the body.
Yeah, that's heal and serve.
Yep.
Yeah. Some boss ass shit right there.
Oh man, skills are actually good.
Let's see that. So,
I would have actually
Well, better
expected heal
than-
to go under nature,
Yeah.
but whatever.
so let's. Yeah, me too, which is what's weird.
Alright. Yeah.
Boss.
Like, the first thing you, like, instinctively, you know there's a witness, so obviously you need to talk to them, but it's a cowgirl and she just moves at you, so... Yeah,
Ooh,
fuck.
ooh. Where's the cowgirl? I need a cow.
Wow.
Do you bring Skezza?
Move.
Did you...
Why not? If it's a witness and it's a cowgirl.
Alright. So yeah, the witness moves at you, and then Skezza gets all excited.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
I think Skezza and I are about to start moving at each other.
Or like, move.
This is madness.
No! And she like runs over and bounces up and down in front of you and like grabs your hand. Move!
I'd say it was adorable if I could understand anything that was going on.
No, that's not fair.
So when you don't like
Oh,
respond
Skezza.
with more moves, she
No.
like,
No.
and she gets a big smile and like presses herself up against you. Hi. No. She like gives you a big hug and just nuzzles up.
All these moves.
God damn it, where's
Yeah.
that thing?
Skezza, can you, like, translate or ask her if she's what she saw,
One more move.
or who else, or what she saw, what else she saw?
Sure. Fuck
No.
is it? Ugh.
Make a perception check, Skezza.
Perception.
Sure you don't need a mood check?
1+. My perception check. My ability to perceive things went way down
Oh no.
because of this change, I think. Yeah.
It shouldn't.
That's cool.
It's,
All of my characters still don't have any.
It's a wisdom thing, I think, still.
Yes, perception is
I'm not
basically
that wise.
unchanged, except it
Yes.
also
I'm not
includes
that
sense
wise.
motive.
And I'm not trained in it anymore, because...
Do you not have any levels of ranger left?
Cosmopolitan motherfucker.
Have we done all the down... I guess we have
Yep,
done
all
that
the downtime's
yeah.
finished off. Effectively.
All the downtime's done. So yeah, okay. So one of the things was to retrain just full paladin, so I don't have... And just hire someone else to do the trap breaking for me.
Alright.
Well, let's see.
So, while you and the cowgirl moo unintelligibly at each other, you get the distinct feeling that she was very distressed before you showed up, and so
poor
she
thing.
requires lots of hugs.
Oh, she will get as many hugs as she wants.
Something scared the living shit out of her, and she like waves at the house and moos and bellows and like actually makes a little stabbing gesture at one point, and all the mages perk up and are like, oh, and come over and start taking notes, and then realize that she's still just mooing.
Wait,
So
what?
you get the impression that she saw somebody like get stabbed in the house, and came over to investigate and saw something that scared her really badly.
Was it? A quick sketch
Wait,
of a
no.
hobgoblin and a sketch of a goblin.
All right, so you like take out a piece of paper and you draw like a hobgoblin. She takes it and she
That's-
like looks at it really blankly, and then she just eats the piece of paper.
Oh,
It starts
there it
grazing.
is.
It's a parchment.
Is that fucking...
She tries. It's
That
like,
is-
no.
What? Find something.
Attention, your cowgirl is trying to eat my questions.
Oh no.
She just has like one hand like feeding parchment to herself, and the other one she's just like got Skezza by the hand, just holding her real tight.
No, I'll pull her away from that and take out some of my rations and have her and hold them out for her. If she's hungry, she can eat those.
All right, she just like lets the piece of paper fall to the ground and starts eating.
Oh dear. Let's see. It's intelligence. Oh fuck me.
So, okay, so she saw something scary that stabbed her.
Yes, and doesn't appear to have been a
Was it
hobgoblin.
big or was it small? Okay.
Skezza, you can
Something
roll
scary.
influence to try and
That was
communicate this concept of large and small to the cowgirl. Large and small stabby people.
I could, but I could use I may have used my this new opportunity of this new skill system to get society, which I think that's Paladin.
Still a thing.
I think that's Paladin.
So yeah,
It's
society encompasses knowledge, history, local, nobility, and linguistics. So yeah.
Which
You
means
could
I get a
do
new
a-
language, which means I picked cowgirl. Because I said I
Oh, that
would
gives
do
you
that.
languages?
Language, society.
Then I have
does.
learned a
Yeah.
fuckload of languages all of a sudden.
Congratulations.
Hey,
Seriously?
you've been taught by the language book. Well, apparently you guys have been schooled in languages by Backy then.
Yes.
Is there a
Becky's-
list of languages?
No. I should really put one together at some point. Poke me during the
Oh,
week
wait.
and I'll generate
I just
one.
write
backwards
down
skill.
languages and then save and make them exist.
Yeah, that too. That's where Sylvan comes from. Anyway, so yep, Skezza, you can
Gotta
roll
keep-
society.
You speak cowgirl.
I can also do have good influence too.
Alright, so you can
I don't
roll
think
either of those
cowgirls
to
are
try and communicate complex ideas to the cowgirl. If you
I'll go
actually
with-
took language cowgirl, I will give you advantage.
I did.
Alright.
Boo.
Really? Well,
Alright.
at least it's pretty good still.
So you like
21.
moo and stamp your feet and make like different sized hand gestures, and like the cowgirl's chewing on some of your rations and looking at you wide eyed, and like slowly realization begins to dawn on her, and she like looks around and there's this one of the tome knights is standing nearby, and she like runs over to her, like picks that girl up, and the knight goes, "Ah, what the fuck?" The cowgirl like drags her over to you, puts her down, then goes over to one of the wizards who's wearing like a big cloak with a hood on it, and picks him up and takes him over there. He like tries to cast frost on her, and she just swats him away, and just moos.
No, just let her do her thing.
Just moos angrily at him. So she sets these two people down, and she makes like she runs her hands all over the knight's like armor and sword and stuff, stopping like to just grab her tits and be like, and make like a shaking of her head, like no boobs, and the knight's like crosses her arms, and she like pulls the mage's cloak off and just puts it on the tome knight. So now there's a wizard in like just a t-shirt and pants, and a knight with a big set of plate armor and a big cloak over and a big sword. And she just points at the knight and bellows.
This is apparently what they looked like.
No.
Okay, so we're looking at the armor-clad figure in a hood that doesn't have boobs, so a man.
And
Was this the guy that did the knifing?
she like grabs the knight's hand with her sword and like jabs it at the body. Doesn't actually like cut it or anything, but makes poking motions.
Okay.
And,
So the cloaked knight is the one that did the knifing. So they're
Yeah. So
That's
Becky,
fun.
make me a raw intelligence check. See if you can put some dots together here.
I
Also,
will give the cowgirl many pets and good head rubs.
well,
Good moo cow. Moo moo.
she like hugs you real tight and just curls up against you.
I guess I can't, beforehand pop any intelligence reason potions and shit.
No,
Yes.
a little late. DCL, are you
Just
here
checking.
when the investigation is going on?
Uh,
Or do you
I
like, I don't
don't
give a
think-
shit. Whatever.
well, shit. Well, I've gotten
Well, it was
invited.
a good night, so
Yeah. If
Hell
I was
yeah.
alerted to this, then I would guess I'd
wouldn't
be
you?
investigating.
So you can also roll me an intelligence check if you so desire.
Captain
All right. Let me.
Walker as well, if he was there because he knew him well. So,
Yeah, you've,
no intelligence.
Walker was probably there before you got there, and he's left by now. Good job, TCL.
Yes!
Alright, DCL, you vaguely
Fuck yeah.
recognize the dude. Who's dead on the ground. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen him before. Backy, you remember when you went with Rensa to meet Sir Bartho for the first time, when he had nailed that letter onto Rensa's door. That the outfit he was wearing looked exactly like that. Like he was wearing like full heavy armor and this big black cloak with a long cape behind it. So you've seen this figure before, who apparently knifed the shit out of Sir Bartho.
Huh.
Coolio. So, we got that from. So we saw the same. Fuck, okay, give me a second here to think and to word it correct.
You know, it's like Backy's thinking. The cowgirl like peels off of Skezza for a minute and just like offers milk to the knight and the wizard. We were both like, no, thank you.
She's trying to make amends for bothering you. Be nice.
They both like nervously pat her on the head and shake their heads, and
Back.
she looks really put out. Comes back to you.
Aw, they're there.
Hmm.
Okay. Earlier we saw this individual, the described individual, in the same size, same height, same armor, same cloak.
Yes.
Where, okay, so, did we see their face back then?
No. He had a full like mask on. You saw his eyes, although it was probably like too dark to really get a good look at them. So, because you met him like at night outside of a temple.
Kitty cat, but that doesn't count. So, but outside of a temple, but I can recall the looks of the armor he was wearing.
Not really. He had the big, like, heavy cloak all over it. You could see, like, vague outlines of the armor to know that he was definitely, wearing heavy gear, but you didn't, like, get a look at his tabard or insignia or anything. But it definitely looked like, standard Pergothian plate armor.
So it's not some poor motherfucker then?
No. The guy you saw definitely was sporting, like, high-quality gear.
Cool. That means the cloak wasn't long enough to cover his feet.
No, probably not. Like, he had, greaves on, I would imagine.
Yeah. That stands out.
Yeah, I mean, to people who had an eye for it. I mean, you probably didn't really remember it until just now, but yeah, he had like the tips of greaves poking out.
We'll be right back.
So, yeah, the muffled voices. Can I check what angle he was stabbed at?
Yeah. You've already rolled to examine the body, so yeah. It looks like he was stabbed, like if he was standing, someone in front of him, like, lunged forward and jabbed his knife right into the guy's neck. So he was full on facing whoever attacked him, you would imagine. And you'll note that Bartho did not
Was
have
it
his
on
sword
left?
drawn, it was still in his scabbard, so he wasn't expecting violence and then just got stabbed by someone he was maybe even talking to.
Was it a left-hander?
You don't have enough information for that. It's can't tell.
Well, it is if it's being attacked from the front. Then you can just see how it's stabbed in.
Yeah, and I'm saying like the wound is too mangled for you to really get like that good of a understanding of the wound.
Okay.
Like, I mean, the dude's been sitting here for the better part of a month, right? His body's kind of rotting now too, so there's that.
Okay, cool. So, we got talk to spirits then, commune with the dead. Crack, crack.
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck, what's her name again? Tuna Waifu, Kinathis.
Kaelirra.
Moo?
Kaelirra, that's her name.
Yeah.
Hey. Last I checked, Kaelirra can still be all gaudy, right?
Sort of. Define gaudy.
Well, commune with the dead.
I'm not sure.
So, Kaelirra, as you know her, is effectively an oracle. That is not a spell she has available to her at the time. So, like, she's probably standing nearby and just apologizes and says, unless someone was a worshipper of her and died recently, that she doesn't know how to communicate with them. Perhaps if at some later time you restore whoever Sir Bartho's god was, you could ask her.
Well, then we can just check with Walker in what god Bartho believed in.
Good question. Let me pop open my Pantheon here. The answer is probably Mithras, but let's take a peek. Yeah, I believe Sir Bartho would probably have worshipped Woavar, the lawful good god of healing, knowledge, and high sorcery. Woavar is also
Healing,
the,
knowledge, and high sorcery.
yes, he also has like as subdomains protecting like a city or home, bastions, light. So, like, a lot of knights like Woavar a lot, because he's all about protecting the innocent and the defenseless.
Very well, I will jot it down and I will tell, say, so people can fucking hear. What's that? Whoa. What? How do you spell it?
There you go, Woavar.
Thank you.
I don't think you've ever had
So
dealings
just,
with Wovar before. It's probably one of the first times he showed up in the campaign.
No. Well, that's information. Always something to know.
Mhm.
And we just tell Kaelirra, well, seems we got Kaelirra, you, we got Leynan, and soon we shall awaken Wovar then. Seems that we're ticking off all the gods one by one then.
She will
Well,
smile
yeah.
and nod.
But yeah, so the mages there can hear us. They're like standing right next.
Yeah. Yeah, the mages, it's been enough time so that they know Kaelirra's who Kaelirra is, so they just give you sort of awe-inspired looks like, wow, that's pretty ambitious.
We will find them.
Well, we already had one god killed, so time to awaken a good one then.
Mm.
Yep.
Oh yeah, remember when we were there? What was that? Out of character, Savin?
Yeah.
The Hobgoblin war god?
Yep. What about?
Name?
Oh, Agaresh.
His name? Agrash?
Yes.
In character. Well, we already had Agrash killed, so we just start working off all the bad ones then. Because Leynan still is far superior.
Indeed.
She just gets like a bashful look and her tails swing a little bit. Let's see.
Whatever happened?
Well,
Whatever happened?
to Leynan?
Yeah, the aspect of Leynan that was there at the fight.
Yeah,
at
so
the Shatterpike.
she showed up before the fight in, this big, awesome suit of black armor. And she never
Yes.
spoke, and she just joined the war effort, and then everyone got teleported and lost all of their gear. So you never knew what she
Everything-
looked like.
Yeah.
And all of her gear, like, someone probably found it later, but so... there's an aspect of Leynan that no one knows what she looked like. She could have been anywhere. For all you know, she was fighting beside you, and just wandered off afterwards.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well.
also like,
Alternatively,
That's
she
interesting.
could have
Yeah.
died horribly. Either way.
Who doesn't die horribly?
not if you're an aspect. You're sort of a little bit better than everyone else at fighting, especially if it's war.
You just get to die horribly more often
I-
than everyone else.
Wait, we could put an ad in the paper that says, Leynan, please report to this location. We would like to make sure you're still alive.
In the Cat Scratch Gazette.
Yes.
No,
That's
no.
the name of it now. Nope.
Ha ha.
Leynan, your mother is waiting for you at the front of the store.
Oh my god.
It'd be even
No,
better if she actually
Leynan
responded.
It would be great.
Leynan is actually the goddess. The aspect is named something else. We never got her name.
Kaelirra will just say she doesn't think that's how it works. I mean, she's Kaelirra, and Kinara's
Yeah.
Kinara.
And I'm Sig.
When you don't know how long you've muted yourself.
Yeah. No, but
So, anything else you want to do at the murder scene? Well, I think we're about done for the month.
does he have the potion still there on him?
Make an influence check, because I can't remember if you actually fully convinced him or not.
Okay,
Oh, the real question would be, would it be on
that's
his
something
body?
I'm really good at. Well, would he actually throw it away?
Well,
Because
not that he'd throw it
Sav&D
away. I mean, like,
understand the value of
do
it.
you carry all of your valuables? Never mind, you're an adventurer. Most people don't carry
Yes.
all of their valuables on them at all times.
Oh, boss roll.
No, it's not on him. But when you check around, there's no evidence that he actually consumed it. You do find that he has like a potion case on his belt, and it's got like 2 potions of healing that have just kind of like separated their contents. So there's like really dark green and then a really light green on top, and then it looks like there were other potions in there, but they got looted by whoever murdered him.
Aha, can I check it for residue?
Yeah. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Oh, I thought alchemy was spellcraft.
Oh, no, I'm asking if you can actually find the stuff. Like, you'd know what it was automatically. But residue would just be like tiny little particles. And it's been a month of this just sitting in the dirt.
Yeah, but it's true. But taking the belt there, what there was, and then starting to see what the hell it was. But sure thing.
Like, I'll give you the, like, alchemy identification automatically. Yep, you find residue
Okay.
of your potion. Like, the potion you gave him, and it was in his pouch at some point. And there were 6 slots in the bag.
Ah.
All of them were full at some point, but you can't identify what anything else was. That's not a roll.
That's my but that's my identification for potions.
Yeah, like,
It's a plus 16.
yeah, like there's just unidentifiable residue that's just decayed too much. You're barely able to find that. Yeah, your potion was in here at some point.
Coolio.
Skezza, the cowgirl. You know what? No, go ahead and make me an influence or a society check to communicate complex ideas with a cowgirl. Okay. Yeah, you ask her like where are all the moos, and she just gestures all around herself like, oh, they're everywhere. And you're like, can you be more specific? And she scratches her head and chews on some rations, and eventually points like in the vague direction of T's ranch. It says moo.
Maybe there's a bunch just still hanging around there. Familiar ground.
She nods her head excitedly. And then, actually after that she'll, like, tuck her arms behind herself and go, buzz, buzz, and flap her arms like wings. And then point towards T's ranch again.
He was
bee
married
girls.
to a bee, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe the bee girls have been taking care of them.
Yeah, Big T used to be the Bee King.
Oh God, God help us all.
The bees had a king.
Best campaign.
God
Alright.
won't help such wicked souls as we.
That's the end of October.
I'm totally gonna
noise?
go. I'm totally gonna go to T's ranch.
Alright, but this is like the last day of October, so you'll hang out in November and do that.
Okay, man.
November, a couple of things. This month's pretty light. Token. So, first and most obvious thing that Celadrie can tell you, since she's been hanging out at the
Yeah.
mage campus, is that For reasons unknown, Princess Lynn has been coming there more and more often lately. And eventually, you hear that she had requested the college assign her a personal mage to do some business for her, all hush-hush royal stuff. And probably Sig or Rensa will then learn a little bit later that Lynn gets pretty upset about a week after that when she finds out that she had been assigned Carissa Leofric, the daughter of Lord Leofric, one of her biggest political rivals, who's now going to have access to her everyday life. And she'll tell all of you that she was really hoping to get a mage to help, take care of her when she does her lycanthropy business, but now she can't trust this mage with it, because then God knows what Lord Leofric would do if he found out, and it's just a big mess.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, a week after that, you guys actually meet Carissa. And it takes about half an hour for everyone just, like, scratching their chins and going, haven't I seen you before? Before, like, Backy and, let's see, Rensa wasn't there. Probably Skezza would be the other person to, like, really recognize her as the cultist you guys found in the Wailing Woods and let go, and who got captured by hags, and you rescued her from them, and you gave her, like, a swift kick in the ass towards Pergolith and told her to go home.
That she was a lord's daughter?
Yup.
Oh god, so he saved her twice? Oh,
Yup.
Sort of. Well.
And that would also make her the older
It's
sister
not like-
you find out of Cassidy Leofric, the bard you guys met, who has the Dungeon Master's Guide.
The big book of information.
Yeah.
Oh my. Wow.
So,
So in other words, it's literally Skezza and Backy just leaning in, it's like, hello again.
yeah, like
How
the
nice to
entire
see you.
time before you recognized her, she was like really nervous looking. You thought she was just like shy and introverted, but like then she turns her head and the light catches her a certain way, and you're like, oh, it's you. Hello. And she like gets really nervous and sort of like recoils, and then says something about having used the washroom and just like exudes stage left ASAP.
Nope.
Like, are you gonna
Oh,
like
no,
get up and
she's
body
gonna
check
feel
her?
the fucking... It's like, if I have to, but this is literally, she's gonna have that fucking noose / guillotine just looming over her.
Yeah, like
She will
at
feel
some
the fucking
point,
hangman noose just fighting.
at some point in the immediate future, yeah, you're able
Well-
to like corner her and say, hey, I know who you are. So like, don't tell my dad, please. He'll kill me.
Well, since Princess Kitty Cat doesn't really want her, I would, we just tell her and inform her that she would be well advised to resign from her position for reasons that she can pretty much give her, can say some good reason on her own.
Right.
And we'll get somebody else to fill in that spot. Don't worry.
Celadrie, like 2 or 3 days after that, you hear that
That's Professor Celadrie?
Professor
Thank you.
Celadrie, you learn that the mage they had sent to Lady Lynn, the princess just worked her half to death, and she had a nervous breakdown, the poor thing, and they have to send her a new wizard, someone with a little bit more experienced. It ends up being this really matronly old woman of like 50 or 60. An abjuration specialist, turns out, to Celadrie like maybe co-taught a lesson with on defending yourself from attackers or some such.
Have fun.
A lecture on the
and-
power of men.
Don't let the door hit you or the good Lord splits you.
Which good lord.
I've
What?
never heard that one before.
I haven't either, but it's hilarious. So yeah, you get Lynn a much more agreeable wizard.
Okay.
And if
Try not to wear this one out.
what's her name? What's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
word again? I'm trying to remember. Yes, if we see Lady Lynn, we can just give her like you know, the Steve-O thumbs up like that.
Yes, yes. All right. She's very confused, but
just
she
give her
just smiles
those
at you.
types of- Just no, we say give her those thumbs up like that, and like hope you like your new mage.
Yeah, she's
Just
still very confused, but
Zoidberg
her
out of
smile
there.
becomes more genuine. So yeah. So yeah, towards
You just
the
imagine Skezza and Backy Zoidberging out.
towards the end of November, DCL, you get good news.
Yo,
So just as you're you're starting to get really settled into your manor outside the city, Lynn's assigned you some servants and some groundskeepers to get the place up and running again. Furniture's getting dusted off. You've got a master bedroom set up. Aurelia bounds into the room, jumping up and down, and all of a sudden she just grabs you and hugs you and starts leaping around, squealing excitedly.
Renza's just kind of happy and smiles.
All right, so you humor her for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Alright, eventually she calms down enough and says that she cast a spell on herself, and it's the most amazing news, Rensa. I think I'm with child.
Oh shit. Renza's gonna be a dad.
Well, there's your heir.
Baby daddy.
He's a baby daddy now.
Renza's eyes just kind of shrink down, and then he just gets the largest face-spilling grin, and he picks up Bunny Waifu and hugs her. He's extremely happy for this.
What's Bunny
He's
Waifu's
"Oh."
name?
I always forget it. Because I'm a terrible bad person.
Yes, you're a bad person. Yeah, Aurelia squeals and her legs kick around behind you. And the rest of the week is just her talking about baby names and buying a crib in town. And oh my god, it's amazing.
Renza needs to figure out what to get him for, what sword size to get infants. What martial arts do you teach to infants? How do you train them of the ways of war?
Also, Rensa, just as an FYI that you've picked up from hanging out with Aduna and all of her bunny girls over the last months, you're pretty sure that they only have girls and various stages of hermaphrodites, and all of their kids are just always bunny girls. So, chances are your kid is going to be a bunny.
Oh. I thought you were going to say chances are your kid's going to be a girl.
Oh, well, yes, obviously, that too. Or a girl with a dick. Could be either one. Yes. Yes, Backy.
Hmm?
During November,
What?
since a lot of time, since there's a bit more time to move around there, have to visit Skarn.
Okay, yeah. You can easily get up to Sig's castle and hang out with the dwarves. Yeah, it's no problem.
Yeah, and of course I have to, be with the engineering, because I never got her name. She never really told me.
You never really asked. And actually, she'll probably say that with a pretend pout and her hands on her hips. And let's see, what was her name? She is Morgan. Morgan Saltsmoker.
Okay.
Morgan
Sperm goes
Spurlock.
there.
Morgan Saltsmoker. Okie dokie. So,
She is Skarn's niece.
Since,
I believe.
okay. Since, what's his name? Since Skarn is one of the old dwarves,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, he's the
I
oldest dwarf
will-
there. He's the clan leader.
So yeah. First off, I produced one volume of Smith Instructions, Ancient, recovered,
Ah, yes.
hand it to him.
Alright, yeah. So he's probably like, unless you try to talk to him all by himself, he's like with his son and his daughter, and they've like invited you into their little wagon for dinner or something, and they all like freak the fuck out when they see the book and start flipping through it and comparing what they know to what's in here, and it's you've made 3 very happy dwarves.
And I just thought, while they're still being super fucking happy,
Wait,
I
there's
pull
more.
out another one.
There literally was more.
But
Wait,
wait, there's more.
Yeah,
They
Yeah,
continue
literally.
to be ecstatic longer.
number 2. And I say, but wait, there is more. I pull out the 3rd book.
Alright. So you have tripled the number of books that they have in this camp, for which the dwarves can never repay you. Skarn will try and churn up some reward, some way to pay you for the books, so he and his clan can keep them. Are you gonna accept his reward or give it gratis?
Give up what?
Gratis for free. Basically, he's trying to buy the books from you.
I was just getting a gratis.
Oh.
Yeah, gratis. It's free in Swedish too, but pronunciation was weird. But no, these are gifts.
Right.
For my friends.
And yes, all the dwarves will just have these huge dopey smiles, and they'll say that you're an honorary part of the Smalt Smoker clan now. And anything you ever need, anything you need research, you come to them. You're friends for life now. And that's something coming from a dwarf, Salt Smoker will say, putting a hand through his hoary gray beard that's been growing for centuries.
Though, and I say, but there's one that just I get Skarn a bit to the side here. It's like, and then I whip out the porny one and say like, this one is a little bit more private, and flip it open a little bit and show him.
There's like an illustration of like a really buxom dwarf girl riding a smith's hammer. He's like, oh my. Just takes that one from you and tucks it under his pillow.
Ultimate.
So yeah, figured you like that one.
That's one
Oh,
happy
yes.
dwarf.
he tries to make it look
Yeah.
like he's not super excited, but he's super excited to have dwarf porn.
Hide the boner.
So yeah, I figured that was a little between you and me there.
He'll give you a great big smile and a hug. I've completely forgotten I gave you that book.
Cool.
There
I
we go.
have this shit. I remember this shit. I didn't even need to look at my fucking notes because I've been waiting for this moment. Like, I'm gonna fucking restore the dwarves as much as possible.
So later that night when you're leaving the camp to go like sleep in Sig's or whatever, like 5 minutes later you see his kids getting booted out of the wagon. Like, go do something for a couple hours, kids.
Daddy needs some me time.
Daddy needs some me time with his tools.
But yeah, most of the time they're also been spending with Morgan then talking about all this awesome shit.
Alright, yeah, cool.
Oh, and I bring one of the water purification ones to her.
Oh yeah, cool. She'll definitely thank you for that and say that they've been getting water from this really nasty ass stinky well that's in the castle and it's awful. And she's gonna like get a harness on and go down there and try and install it and see if she can fix whatever the hell's wrong with that.
Oh, no, I just mentioned there's a sentient slime down there. You don't want to go near those. Especially if they eat everything. That's why she stinks.
And yeah, alright, so after that she like takes out some parchment and starts like scratching blueprints about like an air purifier to get rid of the stink or something. Starts working on that until she like face plants asleep later on.
Well, cool. We combine our forces.
Yes. By our powers combined, we are air freshener.
Hey.
Then Celadrie files a lawsuit.
No. No. Air freshener isn't breath freshener. You don't want to spray your mouth with fucking pine scent, do you?
I don't know.
You're asking the wrong person that question.
I should experiment with new minty flavors.
Yeah, but you won't.
Doesn't anybody want that new
don't want to
car
go
smell
like-
in their mouth?
No.
Smell of fresh plastic?
Oh, but when you got new computer components and you just open it up, that damn static bag or whatever they're in, and you just smell that new component smell.
There you go. Mints
Yeah,
for
but
everybody.
that's for computer components and shit like that. No,
We don't have computers yet.
you never go full beaver. Never go full beaver.
Alright. So yeah, you hang out with the dwarves. Aurelia is super preggers, so she's gonna pester DCL about names for literally ever.
You make it sound like Rensa's not going to be involved with this. Is just as equal force.
Oh yeah. Like the more into it you are, the more into it she is. And eventually, it just turns into a circle jerk of excitement, and then the next thing you know, you're just like in bed, exhausted. Blah. So yeah, the last thing big in November to cover is nice, Backy. Is Sig and Aduna getting hitched near the end of the month?
Another wedding party to go to! Yay!
Woo! This time you have Aduna involved in the process, Sig. So, and she will kind of, I guess, insist on having the wedding in the keep of the castle, which has been much restored thanks to a bunch of very dedicated dwarven gypsies working on it. Although she leaves the matter of the priest or priestess or goddess you want up to you. Fenoxo.
Ben?
Sorry, I had to get up for a minute.
I think it tripped.
Did I miss anything?
Yes, we just came over to you. And it's time to get hitched to Aduna.
Okay.
All
We
right.
got to do this quick because draw jams are starting, and I have to go do that.
All right, yeah. Well, this will probably be the last thing for the night. So
I
yeah.
also have to run off and play
then
or
next
watch
week
Mad
it's
Max.
more downtime.
Next
I'm not
session
gonna
will
get-
be Crystal Horn probably.
I'm not gonna get to finish Isabella.
It's the
like that.
Aduna marriage. Let's do this.
All right. So Aduna wants to have the wedding in the keep castle, which has been much restored by dwarven gypsies,
Of course.
Right.
of course.
Of
And
course.
obviously her horde of bunny girl daughters are just super excited the whole time leading up to this. They're decorating the castle. They got it sparkling clean. At some point, they get a bunch of dwarves in there to like stack them all up to hang these big wedding banners from all over the place, and they build some chairs for everyone to sit in and tables for the reception. The bunny girls start cooking this big feast a couple days before. So who do you want to marry you to Aduna?
Oh God, that is a. I don't even know. Probably that same chick.
All right.
Unless Aduna has any suggestions that she'd prefer.
Yeah, the only other option she would prefer is she suggests having Skezza wed the two of you. She is the chosen of a goddess, and obviously very
my.
close to you both.
Yeah, Skezza, you're in.
Oh my, okay. I've never married anyone before, but okay.
Kaelirra,
This is
a
happening.
couple nights before, will walk you through it and tell you that you'll do a great job. She's so proud of you.
Just somebody keep her away from the Minotaurs until the ceremony. Until after the
Goddamn.
ceremony.
Not getting
About to
married
say.
while the priestess is on her knees. Tisk. I guess she'd be on all fours since she needs her mouth for this.
Oh my.
Let's see. So unless anyone has anything really specific to put on that note, the wedding goes off without a hitch. Saxa is obviously the grump this time,
Shazam.
but Aduna shows up in this flowing white gown. It looks more like it's more expensive than any other garment you've ever seen before. Clearly, her daughters have been working on this for months now.
Maybe they should have been repairing the castle instead.
They're bunny girls. They don't know how to do that. They're not so expensive. Shit.
Okay, we have dwarf slaves for that now.
Exactly.
Except they aren't slaves anymore.
Shh.
We just, they just do all our work for them in exchange for food and somewhere to live.
Yeah, they're serfs now. It's a net upgrade.
He's not wrong.
Welcome to feudalism, motherfuckers.
I never asked for this.
Shut up.
So yeah, after that, Aduna will her daughters subject you to an old Illyrian tradition of they all basically pick the lot of you up, you and your new wife, and cart you off to the nuptial bed.
Oh boy.
Dump you off there. By the time you get there, you're completely disrobed and laughing and pretty fucking drunk.
This is when the dominate person spells start.
Well. So yeah, this is the first time you and Aduna will be sleeping together.
I could have swore I boned her already.
No. Skezza did.
No, I'm pretty sure I boned her.
I'm pretty sure not.
No.
No?
No.
I should have been way madder that Skezza boned her then. Jesus.
Oopsies.
So, yeah,
I shouldn't
Yeah.
have had Skezza marry us.
It's like
God damn it.
Oopsies.
it's a
Like-
bit late now, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have a peaceful memory.
so
Well,
you
only
start
option-
getting upset in the bed. and
No, only option is to just roll perform sex.
All right.
And
You
try
need
to
to
have the
beat a
greatest
natural
dick fuck
20
ever.
because I'm pretty sure that's what Skezza rolled.
Skezza didn't have a plus 16 bonus.
True.
Sure. All right. Yeah. Roll.
I'm loading it back up again because apparently it got closed at some point. That or it's in a tab that I can't find right now.
But yeah, so like you start getting real mad, and it just says, "Shut
In
up
my
and kiss
defense,
me."
I was horribly cursed at the time.
I know.
All right, so you're
I'm
in the
not
same
actually mad
ballpark
at you.
as Skezza
Do
was.
you have an ability? Hey, no. He
My
actually
abilities
has
are a
resets
10 stick.
to get advantages. Don't forget, you have advantage because you fulfilled several, what's it called, personal objectives, remember?
I guess I could do that. I don't know.
You don't really have
Savin?
advantage from fulfilling anything. Like you could
From
invoke
his
a
nature,
character
from his
trait
claws,
or something,
ideals,
but
goals.
that's still like a really good
Yeah.
roll. I think that's about what Skezza
Whatever.
got,
I'll just
so.
I'll go with it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna roll again just to see what it would have been. Because now I'm curious.
Even worse.
Okay. See, it's fine. We don't need to do advantage because it wouldn't have helped.
So yeah, it is still mind blowing. Up until this point, you felt like you weren't really looking forward to it. You had Saxa, and for a while there you were feeling that that's all you really needed. But then tonight happens, and it's the most amazing, wonderful thing you've and she have ever experienced. And you drift off to sleep in your lover's arms, thinking, this is where I belong.
Shit, what the fuck is happening to me?
And I think that's where we're going to leave it for the night.
It's a compulsion spell.
I didn't even get to make a will save.
Alright, if it was a will save, you probably would have failed anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm rolling a will save now.
There's no effect on you, though. At least none that you get a save against.
Nat 20.
There's no effect that you get a save against.
Suck on that, holy shit. The one fucking time. The one fucking time.
The one time you
comes
roll
down
a
to-
20 on a will
Shit.
save is the one time there's no will save to roll. Excellent. Yeah, I think we will leave it there for the night. Pick up next session, going
That's
to
beautiful.
Crystalhorn, and then the
Next
session
session I'm
after
going
that, downtime forever.
I'm sad